everybody. It's Matt, the Emperor. We're doing a little podcast tonight. We've not managed to get anyone on recently, actually, apart from we had Oliver on with me last week ago or so. Obviously, there's a lot of tournaments going on, a lot of people playing different events, practicing for lots of different things. So, I thought we'd have a little bit of a chat ourselves. And if anybody wants to join us, they're more than welcome to drop us a little message on the Facebook Messenger. We'll happily give you a link to join on, and you can come and have a chat with us if you really want. But Gareth, how are you?
Yeah,
You know,
doing very well, mate. Like I say, I know you just mentioned there about getting anybody on. There's a few people in the pipeline at the moment that we've got lined up, but like you just said just now, the tournaments are very close together. So getting the commitments at the moment are quite if it's for
yeah,
time scales.
there's a lot of stuff
But
going
what I
on.
would like to say is we've got a global megastar coming on very very soon. So keep your eyes peeled. But in general, no, all good. My end. Just looking forward, just keep like practicing and just enjoying pool at the moment and just enjoying life in general.
Yeah, yeah.
How about you, Matt?
Yeah. Been practicing as much as I can at the moment. Obviously, because I qualified in our last Sunday, was it for the UK Open?
Yep, you
Um,
certainly did, mate.
yeah, I mean
Yeah,
it was good. Good. I mean, I hadn't been to that club for a while actually, St Albans. And It was nice, yeah. I mean, the tables were great. Don't get me wrong, nothing wrong with the tables. It's just that for me, I struggled a bit on that cloth because it was the Andy cloth and it was stretched really tight on the tables. It was really, really fast. It was like pinging around off the cushions, and
yeah,
I'm not used to tables that do that. And some of the people saying, "Well, what are you going to do in the UK Open? It's going to be even faster." But I don't mind that. It's the fact that on the Simonis cloth, you've
yeah,
still got a feel to the cloth.
yeah.
Them
Like a
them
bit
Andy,
furry, so to
yeah,
speak.
yeah, yeah. Them, and I like that. You know where you stand with that. But
Yeah,
them Andy cloths and like even the Z9 cloth to some extent, it's like the old Simonese cloth on the English pool tables. It's just
right.
like bare. It's like playing
Mm.
on a bloody ice skating rink sometimes. And it took me a long time to get going, to be honest, and I still don't think I played my best in that, but I obviously
Well,
did
that's
enough.
pretty good though. I'd say like the fact that you got through, like I say, not even playing your best. What was it, 32-man field, wasn't it?
I think it was 34 actually.
Yeah. Well, the fact you got through that, and you was only playing sort of your C game, says a lot about you. So
Well,
that's a
I
good
mean,
thing.
yeah, I mean, I'm happy
The
with the way I'm
Emperor's the
playing.
man.
Well, I'm happy with the way I'm playing. It's probably the best I've ever played at the moment in my life. I think in
Well,
terms of the game.
a lot of that stems from what you're doing with the like I say, I know you've taken a good role at the moment of doing a lot of drills on YouTube. So that's
Yeah, I
probably a
mean,
lot to do with it
I
because
do enjoy doing that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, some of the stuff. Well, I did try to do one the other day. I couldn't even do it because it was that hard. I mean, I had to
yeah,
give up, to be honest. But to be honest, I'm just focusing
I don't
more
know
on
you got the
the
patience to do it, mate.
well, you just get down and do it and keep doing it until you do it. But the practice I'm doing at the moment, I'm just doing proper normal practice, racking the balls up and
Yeah, that's right.
breaking,
Yeah,
clearing up. And I've been doing that a bit on live stream on YouTube as well because it's forcing me to um, focus more again because
yeah, bear down.
if there's people maybe watching you practice, you don't want to miss stuff because they're going to fucking hell, this guy's shite.
Yeah, no,
He's
I ain't getting on
entering
with it.
the
I ain't getting
UK.
on with a break, mate. I ain't getting on with a break
Oh,
with it from
no,
the bot.
I'm happy with that now. Got it sorted. Little
Yeah,
trick. Someone told me the other day, Shane Conroy. I was speaking to him on the tournament last week because I asked him because his
yeah,
break was great last week, and I said,
mm.
"What are you doing on this break?" And he said, "Well, he says what I do. He aims for like one of the balls behind the 9 ball and aims
Right,
for a
yeah,
point on that. But and then he said another thing you can do as well, which is what I do, is you put the ball to the either side of the edge of the break box, pretty much,
yeah.
and then what you do is you're actually aiming with a bit of bottom to pop the one ball in the corner. You know what I mean?
Oh, I see. Yeah, yeah, I'm with you. Yeah,
With like low, with a bit of
yeah,
draw,
yeah,
maybe a fraction
yeah,
aside to swing it out as well. And
yeah.
that's really worked for me. I mean, and if you think
Right,
about
right.
it, it's a great reference point because it's just like potting the ball, isn't it? You're lining up the
Yeah,
shot
of
to
course
pot
it
the
is. Yeah,
ball, and
and then
how to
working
make
out how
the
you're going to
angle.
hit it.
Yeah, yeah, you just got to dial the pace in. I mean, it's
Mm.
sort of a trade off between too hard and too soft. You want it just in the middle because what you find is when you're hitting it too hard, the one ball will go below the middle pocket, I think, or the above it, one or the other.
Above it, yeah, above it, yeah.
It's the other way around, so you got to just find that
Yeah, it's got
middle
yeah.
balance
So
point.
you can alter that by just by aiming for the same point, like Shane was saying, go for a certain point behind the ball, and then just
Mm.
swing the cue ball left or right a bit, you know. But a
Yeah,
good tip for anyone out there is just to sort of like just watch a few people break on different tables, just so you get an idea of where they're positioning the cue ball, and then you get a
yeah.
good idea from that point. That's a bit of research that a lot of people need to do in that regard. I
The
think that's why
tables.
I think that's why the Spanish guy Francisco was pretty good last year
Mm.
because he'd worked the breakout quicker than anybody else. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
as Oliver was saying, and if you do have a look, you do see that. But now all the guys are on top of it, and yeah, he's just a normal player again. You know.
Yeah, yeah. Well, one of the thing I mean, if you get people are doing the regular playing on the same sort of table, it will mark on the table anyway over
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
as it
yeah.
goes on, then you can you get a good reference point for where to put the
Mm.
ball in that same sort of spot each time anyway, because that's obviously
Yeah, it's a good. Yeah.
an important thing. Or you go right on the edge of the break box. But yeah, but
Mm.
on the back of the qualifying tournaments, there's a lot of good players that have gone in these
Mm.
tournaments, not just the one last week, but throughout the other ones
Yeah,
that haven't actually managed to get through
including
yet.
me, guys. You know, my nearest one was I couldn't believe it. I was up in, I was 5-0 up in the semi-final. But I just totally took my foot off the gas. Totally took it off, and I just couldn't
Oh,
get
that was
back in it. I lost.
that was at
Oh,
Leicester, wasn't it?
yeah, Ashik's place. Yeah, I was 5-0 up semi-final. Just had to, yeah.
Would
But do you
you have
know
gone
what?
through, or did you have to win the
No,
final if
I
you'd have?
still had to win the final, but I think I'd have won that anyway. To be honest with you, but I was playing so well. I just literally took my foot off the gas, and I lost to some guy 7-6. But that's what happens, you know. And I couldn't.
Well,
By the time it weren't taking my, yeah, well, it was taking my foot off the gas. I had a couple of miscues and things like that, and all of a sudden, I'm playing shots that because I'm 5-0 up, I'm playing shots that I shouldn't have been playing.
yeah,
You
I
know,
mean
but that's
it's
life. I'm not too bothered about it because like I've got so many tournaments on the go that everyone's taking it as gospel. Oh, this that you've got to get in this tournament. No, you haven't because a week later you can go and play somewhere else. It's just as good, you know.
well, that's the thing.
So
I mean, there's that many different tournaments, of course, going on. I mean, well,
yeah,
you're at McGoldrick's next week, I think, aren't
I certainly am, mate. Yep, I'm one of the big guns turning up at McGoldrick next
you? There's
next
going to
week.
be
You know, I'm
there's
actually
a lot of big guns going at that tournament from what I've
yeah,
seen.
I'm actually quite surprised really that that I've been seeing on the McGoldrick Facebook that they've been showing sort of different players and from Spain, for like they're showing the Spanish contingent, the American and Austrian. And I'm surprised they haven't mentioned me. I'm quite surprised, you know, because
Keeping you
like
in the dark. They're keeping you in the
yeah, I
dark.
think so because they know that I'm coming up there to do business. You know, I know anything can happen, and yeah, I think they're just a bit concerned. Like you say, just keep me in the dark side. Hence the yeah, get it.
What pocket size do they use on them tables up there?
Same as the matchroom, you know, and the
4
good thing
inch.
about it is yeah, yeah, it will be. And the good thing about it is I was speaking to Elliot Sanderson just in Italy a few weeks ago, and he was saying that just the day before they're getting the tables all recloth again. So that's perfect, you know, because I don't like. I'm going to this tournament tomorrow in spots and stripes, and
Yep.
they're the same size pockets. But I'll tell you what, I'm not looking. I don't hold any hope of going through tomorrow, although I'm playing well, for the simple reason they're tight pockets, but the cloths they're going to be older cloths, and you can't use the cushions for anything on these older cloths. So I think tomorrow is going to be a potting fest for anyone who's a good potter, as a clean potter. I think you're going to find that they're the ones that are going to go
What
through.
table
But
are
I'm
they?
happy.
Diamond tables they're using? What have they
I
got?
do believe they are. Yeah, I do believe they are. They are. I was speaking to Ramesh Gogol,
Yep.
AKA also known as. Go on, I throw it at you, Matt.
Ramajama. Ramajama.
Ramajama. Yeah, and he was telling me that they are. He was saying it's a great club, so I'm looking
Has he
forward to
got
it. But
through himself yet? Has he qualified himself
he's
for any?
qualified. Yeah, he qualified in the St Albans one just prior to the one that you qualified in. You know, so but he's a great. I like Ramesh. Yeah, I like Ramesh. He's a good player. You know,
Yeah, I've played him a few
Under
times.
underperforming at the moment, but again, once he gets his shit together, he can beat anybody. Which is you know, it says a lot for a lot of people. But you know, you watch him play, he's pretty good. You
What
said
about?
you played him, have you?
Yeah, I played him a few times. Yeah, beat him. He's beat me
Yeah.
before.
Right,
That
right.
was at tournament. Phil Wildman ran long time 10 ball tournament. I think I beat him on the winners side or whatever, and then he
Right,
beat me
right.
in the bloody semi final. And
Oh,
I was
right,
in
yeah.
front as well. I missed the ball down the rail. I should have beaten him. But anyway, that tournament tomorrow, I've actually got the draw
Yeah.
on my
Oh,
screen here
okay.
now.
Well,
I'm just
there's a lot
gonna.
of buffalo in there.
Well,
Yeah.
just look, we've actually got 53 people
Yeah.
in it now.
How does that work, mate? Because I'm led to believe that they're only going to give 4 spots for the top 32. So basically, from 33 to 53, there's no spots available, which is it's a bit
I ain't
harsh,
got.
really, isn't it? I'm led to believe that is
Well,
the
it
case.
is. It is. I mean, I ain't got a clue, to be honest, how they're gonna do that, because I guess they'll just give
Mm.
more players more prize money if they get to the semi-final. Because that's what they've been doing, haven't they? I
Yeah.
mean, they've been like letting people 4 spots and then giving them all 100 quid each or whatever else. But I don't
Right.
know. I
Right.
mean,
Okay.
I don't know.
Because
We'll
initially
have
it
to
was
wait and
sold
see.
as
But
1 spot to every 8 entrants. But how the hell do you do? How do you divide that up? You know, how do you
I don't
divide
know.
50? I
But
know it's going to
there's a lot of good
Buffalo.
players going to be in that. I mean, you got Anthony Ginlett. I haven't seen him for
Oh,
ages.
do you know? I haven't seen Anthony for a while. Last time I see him was in Tooting. I don't
Yeah,
know the name of the club, but there's a club in Tooting up there, and Anthony was off to New Zealand to play, and he played in a matchroom event out there, or a World
yeah.
Nine Ball tour out in New
Dan
Zealand. So I'm looking
Dan
forward to catching
Sue's
up with
having a
Tony tomorrow.
Dan Sue's having a bash as well. Look there. He's still running that tournament though, isn't he? Alongside, he's got the UK amateur competition, of course, alongside the UK. But Dan Sue goes in through tomorrow. That's going to be interesting, isn't it, for when if he's trying to run that
Who's that?
other tournament.
Dan Sue.
Dan Sue. Dan Sue,
Oh right,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, because
yeah.
he's I think he's doing the organisation for the amateur one at
Oh,
Telford
is
as
he?
well at the same time. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. What
So
tournament's that? I've heard about that. What's that one?
yeah. So on the UK Open that's going on.
Yeah.
There's the GB9 Ball Tour have organised another tournament at the same venue, and it runs the same sort of time, but it's
Oh,
in a
okay.
different
Yeah.
room,
Right,
and
right.
it's
Yeah.
actually
Do you know?
two tournaments. Yeah,
Right, right. That's yeah.
it's two
I say
tournaments. It'd be good.
yeah. Yeah. Now you've mentioned it. Yeah, that does come to mind. That's the amateur tournament, isn't it?
That's the one. Yeah, yeah. But Dan
Yeah, because
Sue's
I'm not.
like taking the lead on
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I'm not
So
eligible. I'm not eligible to enter that, and which is a good thing, really. Because like I say, because I'm a professional, I
oh,
wouldn't be able to enter. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to enter the amateur stuff. So, which is fine. So I'll keep it. I'll pop down there and have a look. You know, and I wish all the
yeah.
amateurs good luck in that. You know, which is a good thing.
Well,
It's
they've
good.
said
It's good
they've,
for them.
well, they've said if an amateur player who's in the UK Open, if they go out by the 8th of May, I think, which is my birthday, um,
Hey.
they're still allowed. They're still allowed to enter the amateur event. So
Oh, what? So all the
we'll
amateurs can
see. I
enter the
mean,
amateur. That's how it works, is it?
well, yeah, anyone can enter it as long as they're not a professional player. But if you go out of the UK Open early and you're an amateur
Yeah.
player, you're still allowed to enter that other one. So
Oh,
it'd be
right, right.
interesting. And they're using the GB9 tables that they used to use. They're getting recovered in Z9 cloth,
Oh,
ready for
okay.
it.
Well, that
So
should be there. Oh, good luck,
yeah, that'll
Dan.
be a
So,
good.
hats off to you, Dan, for running that for the amateurs, mate. You know, sorry I can't be there, mate, but just not my field, mate. I'm up there with the big guns.
Yeah, it'd be a good, be a good tournament. But I mean, there's a lot of good players tomorrow. I mean, you got like Joe Prince. He was there last week trying to get. He was unlucky. Luke Hart beat him. Actually, played really well. Luke
Joe
did.
Prince.
Yeah, he's an English pool player. Good English pool player. I mean, you
No,
got
never heard of him.
who else we got in this? You got Stephen Ellis. He's having another bash. I'm surprised he ain't gone through yet. I mean, I played him last
Oh,
week. He beat
that's the
me.
Jolly Green
Yeah.
Giant bloke. He's a good guy. I've just said.
Oh, he
I think.
played really well last week. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. He was unlucky, really. I mean, he beat me. Um, in the winner's side. So I had to go through on
yeah,
losers, but I think he missed one. He missed 2 balls against me in
yeah.
that match, and one of them that he missed, he fluked it anyway in the last track to beat me. Oh no, no,
Yeah, he's a
but
nice guy. Yeah, he's a nice. I think he was one of the ones that come up to me last week and wanted a photo, wanted a selfie. I'm
oh,
pretty
right,
sure.
okay.
Yeah, was it him? Yeah, I think it was. I'd have to see. I do know of him. He's a tall guy, isn't he?
Yeah, yeah, he's
He
good,
played.
good player. Very good
Yeah,
player.
I think so. Yeah, I think they
Um,
wanted a selfie. I think that's the right guy anyway. But yeah, so it's quite nice, you know. Just
Tom Ems is having another bash as well.
do you know what? I played Tom last week, and I got a hats off to him because he beat me I say quite convincingly. He played well,
Yeah,
but Tom's one of these guys that he was totally on form. I'll give him that. But my God, did he have the run of the balls? You
yeah.
know. But again, I said to him straight after. You know, I mean, he done the damage at 3-0. He went 3-0 up, and he run.
He's got
And
a good habit of digging in when he needs
yeah,
to win to
yeah, I
play
like Tom.
a
I've got
big
a lot of time.
occasion.
Got a lot of time for him.
Yeah, he's
He's one of the
funny,
honest
funny guy.
ones. Yeah, he's one of the honest ones in the game. You know what I mean? He's like I like to see myself as like an ambassador for the game, and I would say that Tom's pretty much in that same sort of level. He's sort of an
Yeah, yeah.
ambassador as well. So I do
Got some
like him.
good overseas players. A lot of them coming in as well tomorrow. You can see there, a lot of Germans there. Yeah, I mean Hassan's having another go. So I beat him like,
Yeah,
like to get
that's the
through this
guy that
week.
you beat to go through, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Bit of a brutal final frame decider, but yeah, it's what happens
Go on, tell us
sometimes.
what happened. What happened there? What did he have a did he have a chance early on or?
No, he blew. Well, I was 3-1 up, and then because the problem I have with them tables like that, I say, is that doesn't suit my style of playing because I like to hit the balls firm. I hate just
Yeah,
dropping balls in, rolling them in. So if you're feeling a bit nervous sometimes and you're rolling a ball in, if your arm goes, you're
yeah,
going to
sure.
miss the pot. And a couple of shots throughout the
That's
matches
why they
last
call
week.
you Buffalo Junior, mate.
A couple of the shots I did last week, I'd overcut them or and I'd cause my position to be out of position because I might have made the ball still, but a couple of shots last week. But anyway, he come back to 3-all, and I was
Mm,
always in front in the match. But in the last rack, he's broke
yeah,
off, and he's potted a ball. He's snookered me off after, and I've come off the snooker. I've got out the snooker, kicked off, good kick, and the white's gone in off. In the pocket in the corner, it was a bit unlucky, really. I mean, I'd hit the kick shot clean, full in the face, but because of the spin on the cue ball, it sort of kept going and going and going. It just about fell in the corner, and then he's gone for the clearance, and
yeah.
he's there's about 6 balls or something left, and I think he's just snatched at one, and then I
Oh
cleared up.
right.
I cleared
Oh,
up
so
to.
he had the first chance in, and just didn't
Oh
take
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. He had the first chance. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But they're
Because I see,
saying
yeah,
that
so
the rack before that I was 6-5, and I broke off and I potted 4 balls on the break, and I still didn't clear up. I had to bank the first shot. They were all over the pockets pretty much, but the 3 ball I needed, I had to try and bank it, and I missed the bloody bank, and he played a great shot on the 3 to clear up as well that rack, and then let's say last rack, you know that's how it goes sometimes. But yeah, a lot of good
yeah,
players in these things tomorrow.
yeah. Let's have a
I
look. Yeah,
mean, they
let's have a look at
say,
some of the names.
well, you got, I mean, like
Oh, to be honest, it's the first time I'm actually looking at it. To be honest with you,
John
I'm not.
Francisco. I never heard of him.
I knew they had
Uh,
50. Who's it told me they had 53 players?
oh, it's up here. You can see.
Yeah, so
Up
is that where I've
there.
seen it?
Yeah, yeah. So I don't
Yeah,
know. Yeah,
yeah.
it's
I suppose
interesting.
there's a few good ones in there, but so there's a lot of buffalo in there, a lot of chaff.
Okay.
That's the upbeat,
You're,
but yeah. Besides law, it'll be a buffalo that takes me down, which is, you know what, anything can happen in a race to 10 or whatever it is.
well, what
You
is it?
know,
No, I don't know what it says actually. Race to
well,
8.
most of them.
There you go.
I was at
Race
8,
to
yeah,
8.
because most of them have
Yeah,
been
race to
6 or
8. Then,
7. So eight's pretty good.
but yeah, I mean, a lot of people say it's like last chance for
Hmm.
the to qualify for this thing. But I don't know. Will it be? Is that? I'm sure there's going to be a lot more excess places to go in this tournament that they've not managed to fill through all the qualifiers being full anyway, full up anyway. I mean, there's got to be
Yeah,
excess places that they've got to be able to use.
I
I don't
suppose
know. I
they'll
mean,
probably
what
go down
what
the
are they going to do?
rankings,
Are they
probably.
just going to let? Are they going to let people buy in anyway at the last minute, or are they going to
Hmm.
say, well, if you've entered a qualifier a few times and you didn't get through,
Yeah,
um, you're going to be able to go in off the back of that. I mean, a few of these
yeah,
players. I mean, Danny King,
hmm.
he's gone in a few of these. I mean, I don't know, Dan Suarez. I mean, Tom Ems has been in a few. There's a lot of players that have gone in a lot of these qualifiers, and it's cost them a few quid and all, really, if you
Yeah,
think about it. So I don't
yeah.
know what they're going to do.
Yeah, I'd probably say they probably go down the rankings or something like that. I would have thought,
Hmm.
but yeah, I suppose the fairest way would, I say the fairest way. The fairest way would be to offer it to the people that have tried to do that, like you say, the Tom
I
M's
think they
and
might
people
have
like
done it
that.
already. I mean, there was some people in
Yeah,
that one that was in last week, and
yeah.
then when the tournament was on, they didn't go in it anyway. I mean, I'm talking like
Oh right, okay.
Tom Staveley was in one of them.
Well,
There
yeah, I
was another.
suppose, yeah, because you Tom. I think Stars and Stripes on Tom's doorstep, and he's not in it. So tomorrow, so
So
probably you're right
I'm
in that.
wondering whether he's got in anyway.
Yeah, because of the
With
rankings. I don't. I think. Yeah, I think
yeah,
he's quite high up there somewhere. But yeah, yeah, that's probably what's gone on. But like you
mm,
say, it's not. Good luck to anyone that gets in it. But it's not. Let's say there's so many tournaments about. It's just not the be all end all. Which
yeah,
is
yeah.
which is good. Which is good. But I'll say I played in it last year, and it was very enjoyable, very good. Just and well run.
You did
But
all right
I
as
say
well. I mean, didn't you lose to Skylar Woodward
I
last year?
certainly did. Yeah, I lost 8-7. I think it was. You know what I mean? And yeah, it's just an error on my part, really, just
Was
with a
that
certain shot that I
would
played.
that have took you into the last 64 as well? I think it would have
No,
done.
that was the one before the qualifier. And then yeah, it was one before. But
Oh
I
right,
think it's
okay.
yeah, because I played I played a couple of British guys and I totally dismantled them. One was a bloke. Who's that bloke with a massive hairstyle? Plays out of Tooting. Um,
Oh,
don't know. David Oliver. David Oliver. I played
Spencer,
him.
no, Spencer Oliver, isn't it?
Oh yeah, Spencer Oliver. Yeah, I played him and just yeah, just dismantled him really. You know what I mean? He was yeah. And then I played another guy, this bloke who owns McGoldrick's, Paul Corrigan. And again, I beat him convincingly. But again, he was just a nice guy. I think he just came down to. Oh, he's a good player. I did see him go well in one that Phil Burford got beat in the final in Scotland, and he went. He beat one of the Belgium guys, Lofty Raisi or
Yeah.
something. His name, something like that. Anyway, that was the guy's name. So he could play, and I beat him convincingly. But again, I don't think he was too bothered. I think he just came down for his son, and also I think he sponsors Elliot as well. I believe I can't confirm that, but I
Mm,
think there's something going on there of Elliot. So, but the main one was dismantling that David Oliver bloke. So
yeah. Mm.
but yeah. So but that was and then that got me to Tyler Skylar Woodward, which was great. And he's such a lovely guy. He is.
Oh
You
yeah,
know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. I mean, I
And
watched that match. Didn't I? I was there. I watched that match, and it was probably the best I've ever seen you play. To be honest, I mean,
yeah, I know.
until right up until that last shot where you missed it, and
With the rest.
yeah, I don't know what you still don't know what you were trying to do with that shot. I mean, you tried to put like running in English on it and send it
Yeah, I
round,
did.
and it,
Yeah, and just the slide beat me really. To be fair, you know what I mean. It was one of them shots I just missed, and that was, and then yeah, just happens, doesn't it, Matt? You know what I mean? It's just one of them ones,
well,
And but yeah, a lot came from it, because like when I saw him again when I met up with him again I saw him again in Spain in Lugo last year, the Matchroom event, and he was great. He was helping publicise the brand,
mm,
Darkside Pool on Facebook, YouTube, and the brand, and he was like on the TV table showing the brand off, and he was great. So I've got a lot of time for him. Anyone like that wants to help promote darkSIDepool, which is the Emperor and Darkside himself, and there's the Emperor sitting to my left, which is probably to your right. And yeah, we've got a good little thing. Let's talk about that, Matt. Because we've got quite a good little thing going there, haven't we? We've
yeah,
just
yeah.
we've recently just hit 1,000 subscribers on our YouTube, and we're up to nearly 900 on our Facebook. So we're not going too bad, are we? Just like organically.
Yeah, I mean, on the YouTube, I've only really been trying to do something with that since January, um, and it's tough. I mean, look, I mean, there's that much competition out there on all other platforms. It's like a needle in a haystack sometimes. You got to get established, get out there. So that's why I've been doing a lot of them drill videos, the short videos, and
Yeah.
doing all that. And I think we're up to like 1,060 something subscribers on YouTube at the
Oh,
moment now.
that's just
But it's
fantastic,
it's
isn't it?
good. I mean, there's people watching the video. I mean, I've got people, some chap in America, really good chap actually. He's been doing some of the drills that I've been doing. I've been watching him, and I've seen the improvement in his game. As he's been doing, and he loves doing these drills. He puts them on the video, and he tags us in and everything. I've told him he can have a hat if he gets one of the harder drills that I've took down. I said, "Oh, you get a hat, mate. I'll send you one over if you get this." So he's using that as a bit of a thing to give him more of
Uh,
incentive
yeah.
And he's even said the other day, in his game, he's noticed an improvement in his game by doing some of these things.
Yeah.
From a
Well,
pressure
because
side,
you've said,
yeah,
yeah, you've actually said that these drills have brought you on endlessly, haven't you? Because of what? Because you're going live, or not so much live. You actually, because the drills are so difficult and it takes you quite a long time to do. Sometimes you're determined to do them. So
yeah,
expand on that, Matt.
yeah. Well, look, I mean, I'm not going to lie. I've set balls up if pretty tricky situated circumstances. Put them in
Mm,
order or something into one single pocket, and it's impossible to get it first time. I don't. I mean, sometimes you get it quicker, sometimes you don't. I mean, the last drill I did, I put like the 15 balls on the diamond, on the dots, like
yeah,
up the table,
yeah,
and
I
I
saw
took
that
them
one.
all.
Brilliant.
Yeah, took them all into the corner pocket, and
Yeah, the
without,
same pocket, right?
yeah, without disturbing another ball. Um,
Yeah.
and it took me, in total, I think it probably took me like 3 sessions of going up to do that. It was probably
Wow.
like about 5 hours in total, because
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't know. I don't know where
yeah,
you get the.
and that's
But again,
non-stop. I mean, it's like you
yeah,
miss it, you set the balls up, you miss it, you set the balls up. I mean, I got close a few times doing it, right to the end. I got like one or two balls left. Sometimes I miss it because you know what you're
yeah,
thinking on that last ball. You're thinking, shit, I want to get
yeah.
this because if I don't, I mean, I've got to fucking do it all again.
Got to do it all over again, and yeah, exactly. But you've done so well with them, Matt. You know what I mean? I think that's why the channel on YouTube has taken off so well because people can associate with what you're doing, and
Well, some of
you
them,
do get a lot.
now. I mean, I put it one the other day. I don't know if you've seen that one. I got like the balls all at the rail, the long rail. I've got
Uh,
like six. I've got 6 balls on the short rail under the middle pocket, 1 to 6,
yeah.
and then like I've got the 7, 8, 9 on the next rail above the middle pocket, and
Oh no, I haven't seen that one. No.
I'm trying to put them
That's
all into the corner pocket in the same pocket. So you like using running English to come off the 2 cushions every time,
oh
or
yeah, yeah.
whatever. And I got to the 7 ball and I missed it because I didn't hit it hard enough on the 6. And I thought, fuck this, I'm gonna have
Oh
to do something else but I put that video up anyway. I will go back to that drill once I've finished the
no, what was that?
tournaments we're going in. So, but yeah, I mean, like, it's just stuff like that. It really gets your arm loose and it gets your mental
Yeah,
game going because it's focused to do these things. And it's a great
yeah,
way of practicing. And I'd encourage anybody out there that is watching, if you want to get better, set some drills up. Doesn't matter if they're easy or hard, and just get it on video because it does give you that incentive to do
yeah.
it.
To
And if
keep going.
if you're really feeling adventurous, go live and do it, and let people watch because there'll be people that watch you. You won't even know who they are. You'll put it on TikTok or Facebook or YouTube, put it on live, public. There'll be people that'll watch that and you won't even know who they are. But because there's someone watching,
Yeah,
it's like a playing in a match almost, because there's obviously people watching you when you play in a match, and you don't want to miss the
no,
shot because
exactly. Yes.
there's
So
people watching and they're thinking, "Oh God, this guy's shite." So
yeah,
it's another
yeah,
layer of pressure, and
yeah. Of course, yes.
yeah,
Yeah, see,
it's
that's I'm the opposite for that. I just can't. I couldn't do what you do. Do you know what I mean? It's like bloody. How does he do it? I actually like. I like going to play down at the club when I'm feeling like it, and it's these days it's like 3 or 4 times a week for a couple of hours. And but other than that, I prefer the game itself, playing against someone, and that sort of tends to bring the best out of me.
well,
But
I
then
mean, look, there's
if I,
no better way of practicing playing a match against somebody else,
yeah,
maybe similar
exactly,
level
yeah.
or even a better
No,
level,
I'm just
because
on about the determination you've got in order to
mm,
just keep doing those drills, and them alone are bringing you on endless. Like I say, because I know you just recently won one of the Solihull competitions, didn't you?
oh,
And that was
that
like,
was the first one, that was, wasn't it? But
yeah,
I'll come
was
on
it?
to that actually. We'll come on to Solihull in a minute because I'm a bit disappointed with that place, but I'll come on to that in a minute
Yeah, we'll come
anyway.
on to that. Yeah, yeah. Well, I
But
just had
yeah, I
a yeah.
mean,
Well, I'll come
I
to
won the first one, didn't I? I beat
that.
Bash in the final, but hammered
Yeah,
him 7-1. I was happy with that.
yeah.
I was just in free flow all game there, and then I lost. Didn't lose to you in the semi final. The next
Um,
one, I did.
yeah, yeah. You
I
did,
lost.
mate. I took
You
you
beat
down
me in
like a
the semi
buffalo.
final of the next one, didn't you? And then you
I
lost to
did, mate.
Luke Garland, didn't you, in the final?
Luke
But
got yeah. That's it. Absolutely. Well, the problem that I have, and it's quite documented. You know this to be truthful, Mac, and as a fact, it's
hey,
like
look, just got to stop you one sec. Andy Mystery is saying he's chatting us. He's got a message. All right, lads. Andy, You need to send us a message on the messenger, and I'll get you in on here because I haven't spoken to you for ages, mate. You
Andy
come in and
Mystery,
have a
what a
chat.
legend.
Come in and have a chat, mate. Send us a message on the Facebook
Yeah.
Messenger, and I'll send you the link if you want to come on the chat,
Uh,
and you can come have a chat with us, mate. Because I
Do you
haven't
know, he's
spoken
a
to you for
great.
ages, mate.
I
I don't
I
even
hadn't
know
seen him
where
for.
he is at the moment.
Well, do you know what? I didn't either. You know what I mean? I hadn't seen him for 12 years, and the other week I saw him in Leicester. I was coming out the door. Just a great guy. Just where we left off 12, 13 years ago. A little hug, chat, and you know what I mean. And you know, it was great. He's a lovely bloke, but he's not. He's put his arm now to the English ball. I understand, but just
Oh,
I
I don't
got
know.
retirement
Let's
well
get
for
him
that
in. We'll
bloke.
have to
Good guy.
have a
But
chat
yeah,
with him about that.
Andy, if you want to pop on, mate, or just throw a few questions in, you know. But yeah, but just going back to the Luke Garland
Yeah, yeah.
final. Uh, the problem I've got is if I because I wear glasses, my vision starts to go, and my eyes start to lock in because they're not getting. It's the air conditioning, it's the glasses, and also I go blurry. And I did in what's his name? I did in the last Solihull event, and I
Well, I
could have
remember at
lost.
the UK Open,
Yeah,
you won
exactly.
that. You
Yeah,
played that Scottish guy, and then you like, Matt, I gotta go and rest my eyes. I'm like, what the
yeah,
fuck's going
yeah,
on about?
exactly.
And then
And that's the problem.
we went and sat on the static seating, didn't we? And like, I'm sitting next to you, and you're just
Recording
sitting
it.
there with your eyes closed, talking. And I got my
Yeah,
phone out and started filming. You didn't even know
you
about
said
it.
no, I didn't even know about it, mate. But that's the problem I've got. But again, so you know, there's lots of people that I know that they see me as a coup when they beat me, but what they 9 times out of 10, mate, I've beaten myself because what's happening is I've got a little issue with my eyes going on because like it's just too dark. So
Dark side.
yeah, exactly. Anyone out there who thinks it's great, good on you because, like I say, you know that when I'm in full swing, you've got trouble on your hands. So
How long
that's
have you
fact.
been wearing them? How many years have you had to been wearing them glasses? Because when
Well,
I remember years
since
ago you didn't have them.
yeah, so since the problem came about in the Euro Tour in Italy last year, oh sorry, 2022, the last tournament of the year, and I wasn't wearing the glasses then, and then all of a sudden I was seeing double like blurry vision. My eyes were locked in the two games that I played, and I just knew then straight away I've got to do something about it. So
Yeah,
just over a year, you know, just about a year and 5 months, something like that.
yeah.
But I think, to be honest with you, I think they brought my game on heaps and bounds. But you know, which is great. So, but
Mm.
yeah, I love it. I love it. I'm enjoying the pool at the moment. Enjoying being around. Enjoying being around the environment. It was great because I've just come back from the Matchroom World Nine Ball tournament in I don't know where it was in Italy. Can't think of the place. The Marina Pool Club, which was fantastic. You know, they treated me like I was how I should be treated when I go to these events. You know, because they knew who I was. They knew everything about me and all that sort of stuff. It was great, and the drinks were on the house, and they got me to MC the semi-final and
Oh, that
final,
was
which was
brilliant.
really
I mean, that was brilliant, wasn't it? I watched that, and
yeah,
then
yeah. But
obviously
what
did
was
that
even
little,
better?
yeah,
What was a good thing about that was the fact that I had all these players coming up to me, like from Alex Laley through to Catchy, all of them, loads of them. There's like it's documented. We put it on our Facebook, all wanting selfies with me. You know, and like, because, oh, you darkSIDepool, you Gareth and all that. Yeah, yeah. Oh, do you mind if I get a picture and all that? Yeah, absolutely. I was in such awe of it. I was taking pictures of them taking a picture of me. Do you know what I mean? Because it was quite something. And it started off with Victor Zelensky, who was the one who came up and oh, can I get a selfie of you and all that? Yeah, absolutely. And then the knock-on effect was there. It was like, oh, yeah, you're darkSIDepool, aren't you? I said, yeah, yeah. And that was it. It just took off. You know what I mean? And like, I made a little montage out of it. You know,
yeah,
which is great. Which is to be fair, that's what it is. That's what it is. Wherever I go, I've got this persona, I think it is, Matt. I think that's probably the word, isn't it?
well, and Andy Mystery's going to come on in a minute. I think I've just sent him the link to the the stream.
No,
I'm just going to
be
send him
great
another
to see
little
Andy.
message. Andy, you need, if you're watching still, use the Chrome. But if you're doing it on a phone, use the Chrome browser if it's an Android phone, because I think if it's like a Samsung phone and you use a default Samsung browser, it doesn't tend to work very well when you try and join on with the audio. But yeah, if you look on your Facebook messages, we've just sent you a message with a link there. So
Oh, we've got just had an
if
email
you,
come through. Dark Side, are you going to be playing pool in America anytime soon? I'm not quite sure because the schedule for me at the moment is a lot of the Matchroom events in Europe and a lot of the Euro Tour events. So I'm not quite sure. So I'll have to just watch his space. But the potential's there to do it because I've had a few offers to do such a thing. But thanks for asking. I'll keep you posted. And hopefully you're subscribed to what we're doing. So just keep your eyes open. And I'd love to come to America, but
Well, you've
just
been there
time
before,
permitting.
haven't you? You have been there
Yeah,
before, haven't you? I remember you saying
yeah,
to me.
absolutely. Well, I used to go years ago with Imran Majid and Tony Drago and Raj Hundal. You know, that was in the
Right.
early days of
Yeah.
Yeah, that was in the early days of the early 2000s, I think. But it was great. We used to have a great time out there.
Hmm.
And yeah, been all over Vegas. And we used to see what was the guy, Anthony Crosby out there as well. Do you remember Anthony Crosby?
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah, I used to
yeah.
see him out there, and that was really nice, you know. So, but them days are unfortunately them days are gone now. You know what I mean? We've got these new, I don't know what they are. I call them whippersnappers now. I think they're the business. Bring it on, bring it on, bring the dark side in.
Well, I've sent Andy that link anyway. I mean, hopefully he's probably thinking I ain't got a message or anything. But yeah, Andy, I know you're watching still, I think. But on the Facebook Messenger, I've replied to the message you just sent me with a link to the stream. If you click on that link, it'll let you join on to the chat, and we can get you in and have a chat. Be good actually. I haven't spoken to you for ages. But just going back to Solihull, I'm a bit. I said
$14.99 on darksidepool.co.uk. Is that right, Matt, or is it a bit cheaper than that?
we ain't got the hats up, mate. Them hats are special at the moment. If someone wants a hat, they have to be given one at the moment.
Oh,
So
okay, fair enough.
if you have got a darkSIDEpool hat, and a few people have, yeah, they're highly honoured. Um,
There you go.
Andy Misty saying I'm famous now with the comp I see you in. What comp was that, Andy?
Oh,
I
that was
don't know.
that was the that was one I got in the semi-final. I think he just
I don't
turned
know.
up. Yeah, that was in Leicester. Yeah, that's it.
I
So
don't know.
Matt, so have you been practicing quite a bit for the UK Open at the moment? Because I say I've
Oh,
seen you
hang on,
do
hang
some
on,
like.
hang on. Before I go on to that, I just want to say about Solihull because I don't want to forget
Oh
what I
yeah,
was going to say about that place.
go
So
for it.
yeah, I'm a bit
Yeah,
disappointed in that place. So if anybody's watching, I'll tell you why. Um, because it was always like in recent years and months, seen as from me anyway, as like the kind of hub of pool in the Midlands, 9-ball pool in the
yeah,
Midlands area. It was a good club, a lot of good players there. We're got the weekly competitions on the Wednesdays. Obviously, they do the Sunday series events as well. And they've even had a couple of the qualifiers. Well, we had a UK Open qualifier as well. But the problem is, it's been not taken over, but they've had new management in there, and they've shit on the pool players. I think, to be honest, So we were promised as players that they were going to get a tables done because the tables in that place they were substandard.
oh
I mean,
no,
they're old Sam K steels. The pockets are hanging out. The screws missing. The
yeah,
cushions are slow. The lights are dark on some of the tables.
purple cloth.
And well, this is the problem. They got this stupid dark purple cloth on the tables, and
I
apparently
know
it
you
was
can't see the
because
pockets.
apparently it was because of someone in the management liked that color. So we'll have that. They didn't think about the players saying, "Fucking hell, this is dark." No one can
Yeah,
see on the pocket. I mean, it's unbelievable. So we were promised at the table, and there was a cushion on one of the tables. One of the cushions actually come off the rail on the wood. It fell off basically because the glue had wore off or whatever, and it was still had the cloth over the cushion, but it was just loose. And you hit the ball in, it
yeah.
come out at like 10% of what you hit it in at, and it was
Oh,
like that for
phenomenal.
months. I think it's still like it now, to be honest. And they were promised that they were going to get all the tables done, and then we turned up one week and they'd done about 3 tables, but they'd put this stupid dark purple cloth on again,
Yeah,
and everyone was like, "What the fucking hell's going on?" They hadn't done the
yeah.
cushions on some of them, and also now as well on the Wednesday nights, they're being really anal about kicking people out when it's 11 o'clock and all this sort of stuff, and they're
Right,
not
right.
letting people practice as much as they used to before. Oh, Andy's in here. They're not letting people practice as much as they used to. So they're just
Mm,
not really looking after the 9-ball players there. So I'm actually going to give that place a miss. I'm going next Wednesday for a tournament there, but
yeah.
then after that, I'm not bothering, to be honest, because the chat we can get you in another chat. Be good actually. I'm just getting to you for ages, but just going back to
How you doing, lads? You all right?
I'm all right, mate. Just do us a
Andy
favour,
Mystery.
Anthony. Oh, have you have you cancelled the stream because there was a bit of echo coming back through? I think.
Oh, is that okay? 1 second, mate. Let me put you on mute.
If you've got the stream on another device, yeah.
Andy Mystery, he's a legend, mate. I tell you.
Yeah,
if you got the stream on another device,
cancel the stream.
Yeah, so I see what you're saying about that, Matt. But the best place in the country was always Mickey Flynn's in Cambridge. That was a great club, wasn't it? That was the place to be, and I was really surprised.
All the tables were like place.
They must have been really got good money. Yeah, they must have got some good money to sell up for that, mustn't they? Because it went to a Tesco's or something, didn't it? Something like that.
I don't know, mate, but it was a great club. I used to love playing there. They had some right good comps. So you got Rich Jones, Mickey Lambert, and then Mark Gray used to play in there a lot.
Yeah, that's right.
I remember the Australian, even Neil Robertson went in there.
That's right, yeah, Gillespie and all. There's a guy, I don't know what his first name.
Can you hear us,
Andy? Can you hear me at all? I think we've got
I can hear you, yeah. Oh, no, that's all right. I was going to say, you haven't opened another window or anything, have you?
I'm on the PC because the iPhone's not working. I haven't got a clue about these streams, mate. I'm too old school.
Oh no, that's all right.
How you doing, lads?
You haven't. I was going to say you haven't got the stream open on Facebook or anything at the same time as you're doing this one, have you?
Yeah, I've got it open on Facebook.
Oh, close the one on Facebook then, and just close the one on Facebook and just stay on this one. The echo.
Okay, that's closed now, so that's good.
Andy, hello, young man. How are you doing, buddy? It was great to see you just recently in Leicester.
Yeah, I thought I'd nip in, mate. It's my local club, so I thought I'd check it out and see how you guys are doing.
Just got to jump.
Some names.
1 second. Just 1 sec. I've got my mate on from America. He's the Diamond Valley Project. I was saying the guy that does the drills sent us a message on the YouTube chat. Nice. Yeah, I don't even know what his name is, to be honest, but great. I mean, you're more than welcome to join us as well if you want on the chat, but I'd have to send you the link somehow, and I don't know how to send it. It's because I don't think you use Facebook. If you send us an email on darkside@darksidepool.co.uk, I can reply to that with the link if you want to jump in on that. If you don't, thanks for joining on as well. But Andy, just going back to yourself there.
Yeah.
Seen you I haven't for a long time because you got no bloody weather on that.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, mate. I don't know.
Andy Mystery, you see?
Yeah. When I turn on the camera, it says camera permission denied. The blocked camera access. Please update your settings.
Right.
Oh, don't worry about it.
And then it comes on with the help center thing. So really sorry, guys.
No, it's just good to have you on, Andy. You know what I mean? Most people know who you are, so that's the main thing. We all know who you are.
Hey, no one knows who I am, mate. I'm just a guy.
That's it. The mystery man from Leicester.
You've been doing, Andy? Where have you been for like 15 years?
To be honest, I've had a bit of my mum's not been well. She had a stroke, so I've been out of action for so many years. Not been able to play or go to tournaments and stuff. But then I think I've started to play a little bit. The guy from the pub's got me out to play English pool, which I never play. I didn't even own any cues, but I bought some cues. Bumped into some 8-ball lads and been playing the international rules for a little bit, but just at club level, not travelling anywhere. But I did go with Nigel and Paul Morgan to Belgium, Stella Artois tournament, the seventh one I think it was. So that was a Predator 10-ball competition. I don't know if you've probably seen it advertised, but that is a fantastic tournament. Really look after you when you go there.
Where was that? Was that the Stella Artois you said, mate?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, at the Clock in Belgium. I have to big it up to the lads because it's really good value for money and it's fantastic conditions. So proper Predator equipment and lighting and everything. But to be honest, the game's changed a lot since I've been away because it's all carbon now, isn't it? Carbon shafts and carbon brake cues and I've got to be honest, I've had a go with a couple of them and it's almost like effortless when you're braking. It's a completely different game to when we used to whack the ball so hard
to the carbon. Yeah.
I've just
nor
ordered,
have I.
made the transition.
well, I've just ordered some cues, and I'm hoping to get some table time in at the rack. But the tables are not the best. They are very tough conditions to play in. But then it's a beaut when you go to a tournament. Then I suppose you're really happy, aren't you?
Whereabouts are you, Andy?
Yeah,
Sorry,
sure.
at the moment, do you say?
I'm in Leicester, mate.
You're still in Leicester?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
I thought you were. I mean, so when have you not gone in like what's the club called now? Leicester. You got two, haven't you?
Rack and roll.
Well, rack and roll.
Rack and roll.
147.
Have you not been in there lately, or what?
I've been in the 147 quite a bit. I play every Sunday in a league.
Have they got 9-ball over there, Andy?
They have, but I don't want to insult anyone because I might see the video and then say, but the tables are completely different to the rack again. You know, they're and I suppose Dave does me a deal in the rack and roll, so I'll get better table time and stuff. But over the road in 147, you have to pay like 12 or 13 quid an hour to just practice hit balls. And when you bring your own balls in, equipment, everything's more or less your own. You feel a bit grudged to pay, full whack for it.
Yeah, no, it makes sense, mate. You know what I mean? If you're getting to deal with rack and roll, they're not too bad, are they? To be fair.
Well, to be honest, I mean that table one's okay. I haven't really played on many other tables, but played in a handicap tournament not long ago. Obviously you have to give 4-star or something, and I got to the quarters, I believe, but I didn't play brilliant. I really struggled with the game, if I must be honest with you. It's swapping from the 2 cues, isn't it? Playing with a snooker cue that's 6 mil and then going to a 9-ball cue. It's quite a challenge, isn't it? But I'm not to your level, guys. So, when you ain't picked a cue up for a long time, you do find you find it difficult, don't you?
Yeah, well, I wouldn't be able to step down to the 6 mil and at 9 mil. I couldn't do it. To play on the small tables, I'll be it's checkmate straight away. So I totally get it. You know what I mean? Whereas the Emperor there, sitting there, plays all the disciplines.
I was just thinking about getting carbon shaft, the smaller, mate, and just using it for both.
Oh, right, okay.
See how it goes. Yeah, I really like the international rules. I think they're really catered for 9-ball, 10-ball players. Not so much 10-ball, but more 9-ball, really. Because it's a very aggressive game. It's not none of this tip-tap stuff that you expect in a pub, get one rack to last about half an hour. Because they just
you got to hit a cushion and all that, haven't you?
Yeah, very similar to 9-ball, mate. Yeah. The only thing is a little bit easier because you've got more reds and yellows on the table, haven't you? So you can do skill shots now as well. So you can pop the yellow as well as the red.
Yeah, right, yeah.
So it is a good game. I suppose it helps you a little bit. It definitely helps. I mean, obviously 10-ball's all about skill anyhow. So last tournament I played in Belgium, there was no flukes. You're not fluking balls in. There's no 10-ball breaks. 10-ball comes straight back on the table. So it's definitely worth a tournament. You guys should check it out next year. Normally
when was that then? Was that this year, Andy?
Yeah, in March. March just gone.
Yeah. Because I think I knew about that event and I just didn't go. I'm sure I knew about it.
Well, the guys from Belgium, the guys that run it, they do a fantastic. It's probably one of the best tournaments I've played in. And bearing in mind, I've been around Holland as well.
Yeah.
You guys have travelled enough anyhow across Europe, haven't you? So
I haven't. I mean,
absolutely, mate.
Gareth has a lot, but I've not really myself.
Well, I see.
Not yet, anyway.
Oh, you haven't? Are you still at Solihull then? Are you?
I've just been to it's
the dive, Andy.
Yeah, I mean, it's gone downhill, mate. To be honest, in recent times.
Dave Carter and
Andy Carter.
Al
Andy Carter, yeah.
Andy Carter. Sorry,
Al doesn't go there now. Andy Carter does, but Al doesn't so much now. He used to go in the.
Yeah, he's taking a break, isn't he?
Yeah, okay. I don't know, mate. I've lost touch with most of the kind of local lads that we used to see at tournaments. It's been a long time.
Yeah, wouldn't they the good old days, Andy?
Well, the good old days, they were. That's when Carl Boys was playing pool, not on TV commentating.
Yeah, that were the good old days, mate. You know what I mean? I think that was around sort of 2000, early 2000 to about 2013, I suppose. Was it somewhere in that region? The old Doug Gordon tour, Ted Bristow tour.
Yeah. That was it. We played in Ted Bristow, and then it was Doug Gordon.
Yeah.
After that,
Yeah.
it was B. Well, it was
Just
B triple PA, wasn't it?
Yeah.
just just a quick shout to the American Diamond Valley project. I'm just gonna I'm just gonna try and send him an email, the message for him. I think it went first time.
What, did he have a question, Matt? Did he, or just say?
No, I've told him he can join online, but I don't know whether he's getting the
Right.
messages. If you're
So,
not getting the
and
chat messages, it's darkside at darksidepool.co.uk. So I'll see if he gets that, and then we'll get him in a minute. But yeah, sorry, Gareth.
yeah, no, I was just going to say to Andy, is he going to, Andy, you going to come back and play a bit of 9-ball, or are you just going to just carry on doing what you're doing, buddy?
No, I'd love to play in some tournaments. It's just trying to get the timing right, mate, to be honest. And get some practice in as well, because I don't want to turn up with my cues and then go out first round, if you know what I mean. It's
yeah, well, I've got a habit of doing that lately. You know what I mean? Just going down early to some right buffaloes, mate. Do you know what I mean?
I know, but then it's so frustrating as well, because you kind of, you still have that temperament from years ago, when you used to play. So,
yeah.
But I think more than anything else, mate, I need to sort my health out. My health is not good.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Right. Do you want to elaborate a bit, or just in general, your health's not good?
Well, it's just I don't have the stamina I used to have, to be honest. I mean, even when I played in Belgium, I found myself going home, like when I got knocked out of a tournament, which normally I stick around and chill out. And the alcohol's out of the question now, so I can't drink any of that. So,
you're off the booze now, are you?
Off the booze, yeah, more or less, yeah.
Yeah, because you're more or less, you're a fucking legend on the booze you were many years ago. Fucking proper legend, mate.
That's because I had a drinking partner called Tommy Donlan, mate.
Oh, no, yeah, well, he ain't fucking changed. He's a great lad, Tommy. He took me down like a buffalo in Solihull just recently. That boy, fucking, he can't do fuck all until he's had a drink. You know what I mean? It's awesome to watch.
Yeah,
best thing to do is keep him away from the bar, and then you got a chance to win.
Yeah,
but yeah. So that was what
we seen him the other week, didn't we? He qualified as well on that one.
Well,
he
yeah,
did, but
he entered the qualifier, didn't he, for the UK Open, didn't he?
Yes. Do you know the good thing about that, Andy, is that he's not even sure he can actually make the event because he's on holiday and he's coming back the same day.
Well, he's in Thailand, isn't he? Because I've just seen him on Mega Breaks forums.
Yeah, so he's not sure if he's going to get back in time.
We've got a mate from Leicester called Ollie, who moved to Thailand years ago, and he opened up a pool hall with a few other partners. So obviously, I still keep in touch with the channel, because if we ever go to Pattaya in Thailand, he's got some really good tournaments, and even in Bangkok as well. So some pretty good pool, sessions going on there. If you get to know him.
Oh right. Okay,
yeah. When I go in November, I'll probably play. I'll take my cues, and I'll probably interest in the tournaments. You know what I mean? It's a good day of pool.
Sorry, excuse me, lads. Just checking up. Hang on, hold on. I've got to get a drink of water, boys.
No worries. Yeah, it's been a long time, isn't it? So
yeah. So when's your next tournament you're going to play in then, Andy?
Well, I don't know, mate. To be honest, I've not really looked at any tournaments in the UK, because they're all either Rack and Roll or the Dudley, aren't they? The way they run tournaments, and then
they don't know the Dudley's shut down now. Whistlers, yeah.
Can you dying, mate?
Oh, is that gone now? Is it?
Oh, it went years ago. Yeah, it went a while ago. That did. Yeah.
What about the Wednesday night comps he used to do? Do they still do them? Little flyers?
They do them at Solihull, yeah. But
Solihull, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Dudley's gone, isn't it? Sorry,
no, Dudley. That was on a Monday night at Dudley, but Solihull's, I mean, it's going. Yeah. It's not...
Was that a Riley's club, the Dudley one?
No, that was a different club, but independent.
Different club altogether, I think.
But it was.
There isn't really. There's only the Ashik stuff that he runs, the cue ball promotion. Ashik money. He runs a couple of stuff there, but obviously I haven't played in any of those. Then obviously you've got the Rack and Roll competitions that Keith runs, but they're just league players more or less, local players. So obviously you haven't got.
Yeah, he's a nice guy, Keith.
Yeah. You've got then you've got Solihull, which is on a Wednesday, which I heard some of the lads are going to be travelling up to it from Leicester. But yeah, apart from that, I don't really know any of the comps apart from the I think there's a bit of qualifying going on at Telford, isn't there, this week or next week? For
no, you got. Well, yeah. I mean, why don't you have a bash in that? I mean, there's an amateur competition. Obviously, it's the UK Open on the 7th.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the GB9 Tour are running an amateur competition.
That's on the 7th of May, isn't it? So that's a bank holiday weekend, isn't it?
Well, Monday's the bank holiday, yeah, the 6th, and then obviously you got the tournament the following week.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, should have a bash in that, Andy. That amateur will come back, you know. They're using the GB9 tables that they used to have.
Yeah.
And for the good tables are getting recovered. It'd be a good event. I mean, I think it's 150 quid, but there's two separate tournaments. I think one of them's going to be double elim. I think the other one's a sort of set race tournament. I think best of 3 sets or something like that.
I'll have to check it out, mate. To be honest, I think it's just having the time though. If I must be realistic with you, it's just dedicating the time. I still look after my mum, you see. So
yeah,
the excuses. It's hard to get time away. Do you know what I mean? It's getting someone to look after mum whilst I'm gone.
Yeah.
So it's, that's the reason why I stopped playing, mate. To be honest, really.
Do you still see Tony Weaver at all? Because he was around that way, wasn't he, for a while? Didn't he actually run the Club 147?
Well, yeah, but Tony's got his own place now, just down the road, literally, just right next to Rack and Roll and 147. It's got like a little private place, which calls it a training facility, which it is. And
what's he training for? Because I ain't seen him in any tournaments for ages.
Well, he doesn't open it up all the time, but obviously it's only open to like private members. It's not really a members club where you can't just go in and hire tables, but he's still got the Chinese table and some of the really nice pro tables and stuff. The cloths and the balls all looked after. The club is fantastic. It's the best place in Leicester to practice, but it's just a matter of getting there. I mean, I think he opens on a Wednesday and a Friday, which I'm normally working, so I can't get down there. If it was open at the weekends or on a Sunday, I'd definitely be in the place.
Does Paul Morgan go in there as well? Because I'm thinking he was saying last time I spoke to him, Paul Morgan.
Yeah, that name rings a bell.
Paul Morgan came with us. Well, he took me to Belgium, actually. He drove. But he's moving to America, mate.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
I've seen him a few weeks ago because he was at the Solihull tournament on Wednesday night with
they did say Nigel Webb. Yeah, they were saying they were going. I haven't been in touch with them. But yeah, they were going to play in them before he goes away to the States.
Oh, right. Who's he moving over? What, he's got a missus out there or something? Or
no, his missus is from Belgium, isn't she? So he knows that. But I think he's. I think they're moving to America. I don't know what the reason is, but obviously, he's moving to the States.
Oh, good on him, mate.
You guys heard about Fargo?
No, it's a film, isn't it? It's all
website.
No, it's not a film. No, it's an
the
app.
rating. The Fargo. I know the website. I know the website.
What is it? What?
Yeah, there's Fargo.
You should check yourselves out on it and see what your rankings are, because
we're under the radar. We're under the radar.
You can't play in tournaments in America unless you've got a Fargo rating, so they know what class to put you in.
I think mine's.
Oh, right. What does that? How does that work then? It's news to me. How does that work? Fargo.
I don't know where he gets your stats from, but he gets all your tournament stats from wherever you played in any competition and rates you to how far you get in tournaments. So it puts you in a category.
Oh, right.
I never knew anything about this, but then obviously Paul told me about it on the way to Belgium. So I was like,
think
really?
It taps into Q score and things like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Results off there, but I don't think it picks up everything. I mean,
they won't pick up every tournament because half of them are not on Q score, are they? Because they don't work half the time. So it's it kind of picks up on stuff that's recorded. So
all right. Is that how they run it then? So you can't play in any tournaments in America unless you've got a rating?
Yeah, that's what they reckon.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, they have tournaments that are capped as well. They'll have tournaments in America that'll be like, you've got to have a Fargo rating of 600 or below to enter this tournament.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they won't let you. So it's not a bad system. I mean, it does. It's just, and I think you can even get I think on the app you can put in 2 player names and it'll tell you whether one of them should give them a good start or something like that, I think.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah. I don't know how they rank it though, but it's it only goes on the like Q score or any other logged.
Yeah, it'd all be tied into that, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
See, I mean, over in America, apparently it's a lot more massive as well, the game, compared to UK. So there's a lot more players, a lot more queues, you know, a lot more stuff going on.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. Like I say, you just go into the local bar and there's the American tables up there. It's like what we had here when the pubs were open. Do you know what I mean? Any club you went, any pub you went into, you'd have a pool table. But over there, they'd have like 3 or 4 tables in a bar. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah, definitely.
Like the 7-footers. I'm probably talking more 7-foot.
See, just in the UK at the moment, I don't know about you two. I don't know how you feel about it, but I don't really feel there's many tournaments that are value for money anymore.
Nah.
So it's all right for the top seeds that are really good at the game, that are going to win some money. But for Joe Average that works 9 to 5, turns up, pays 150 quid and gets knocked out first round, it's just not what. There's no point. You know.
No, you're right.
It's a dying breed, bro, because you can't. You know, it's nice to catch up with the players that you know from years ago, but you're not there for that, are you? Really, you're there to play pool, aren't you?
Yeah.
You know, and it's a very
it's always been a brutal sport in that way. I mean,
yeah.
And on paper, I mean, there's just not the sheer amount of players in numbers
No.
to.
Yeah, it's got nothing to. It's got nothing to. That's why I don't bother here playing here. Do you know what I mean? No, it's got nothing to offer.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather sit in a car, go to Belgium, play in a tournament, pay €100, and play against European superstars that you don't get in this country. Do you know what I mean? And it doesn't matter because you're getting good value for money. You're getting a whole day of pool. Do you understand what I mean? It's like I played that. I mean, probably would never have played him. Played this guy, little kid. I've forgotten his name now. Fergal or something. It's a young kid. It's got bushy hair. I think I've seen him with a video with you.
Felix Vogel.
Felix Vogel, yeah. He's absolutely flipping awesome, he is. He's
it's great, isn't he? He's only 16. Yeah, great little lad.
Flipping, I was 2-0 down to him. I broke and dished the rack against him and cleared up the next rack as well. But he was a very good player. Beat me 4-2. It was only a race to 4. Alternate breaks at 10 ball. But yeah, I thought this guy's going to be awesome, mate.
He is. Yeah, well, he's there now. You know, I was speaking to the guys that run the Euro Tour in Estonia, the last one.
Yeah,
and they were saying, look, even 2 years ago, he was showing the form that he's got now, but he just sort of faded away a little bit. And then when I was talking to him, he was telling me that he plays a lot of football as well, and the football sort of took over a bit. And that tells you something. And then he's got this ability on a pool table. But yeah, he's a star in the making. Do you know what I mean? 16 years old. He's got keeps himself fit and healthy. He's got the whole pool world at his feet, isn't he?
Well, this is what I'm saying. When you're playing at a table and you can hear the voices in the background, can't you? People talking. And when you got a kid like that, I wouldn't know him from Adam. Do you know what I mean? I'll just hold cues, play the match, and then come away. But yeah, very good player. Very good pool player.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I like. Yeah, no, like I say, over here, I can't even name anyone that's even a threat.
All these superstars on TV I've played against in tournaments, you know, like Ghost as well, you know, from what's his Fedor Ghost as well.
Yeah.
Just now he's just hammered Albin Ocean. Albin Ocean was at Belgium a few years back, you know. All of them were. Ralph Duque, all the big names were. Do you know, it was just played David Arcady 1 year at Belgium. You know, never get to play him anywhere else because you wouldn't be like, let's get real. If you go Matchroom Sports now, you're not going to draw him in the first round, are you? You need to get through to the later stages to be privileged to play these superstars.
Yeah, you say that, but the UK Open, they're drawing the 128 qualifiers, if there is 128 qualifiers, against the 128 players on the tour anyway. Yeah. So you might, you know, I mean, might get to play someone, but you know, it's
I played. I played Shane Van Bonen.
I've seen the video, mate. I watched it on YouTube.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like I say, a lot of Andy. To be honest with you, mate, that was hilarious because a lot of people they were bothered by the result. I was more bothered about darkSIDEpool branding.
Yeah,
you know what
I seen you playing up in your Darth Vader suit, mate. That was
mate. Yeah, exactly. And do you know what, Andy? That's the beauty of it, mate. And do you know what? That killed the haters, mate. The haters hated it. You know, and I loved it. I loved it because I play pool for the haters.
You shouldn't really care what people think, mate. You do what you need to do.
Absolutely.
I absolutely thought it was brilliant, mate, because I know you.
Yeah.
To see on TV doing that, mate, and you know what? Hats off to you because, like, it's not like every day you're going to play against SVB, are you? In a tournament. we get to watch them on TV. That's about it. But we don't get to play them in real life. You know what I mean? Because
No, that's right, mate. That's it. And as I was saying, I was just saying to Matt, I don't know if I said to you that when I went to Italy just recently, I got like who was it? It was the Polish guy, Victor Zelensky, came up to me and wanted a selfie with me.
Yeah.
You know, and then from there it kicked off. Do you know what I mean? Like I had about 12 or 13 of the top players from Albinushan, Laley, Kachi, all wanting a selfie with me. It was brilliant because they've all heard of darkSIDEpool, and that's what it's all about. You know, I go and play. I play a bit of pool just for. I play a pool because I like playing the game, but I know how far I'm going to go when I'm playing well. But people just, it's great to watch the haters hate. I love it.
Well, people are just going to be envy of you, aren't they? Really? Cause
sure.
You know, they don't see the you know, how would you put it? They don't see you as. But I do feel like I don't know how this footballer that scored against Leicester in a promotional year. What's his name?
Troy Deeney.
Troy Deeney, yeah. What the hell's that all about? That's just an absolute piss take, isn't it?
Well, it's upset a few people.
Yeah, it is. But then you've got to look on the bright side of it. You know what I mean? I suppose if it is what has happened from that is immediately there was good exposure on the BBC match of the day. There was good exposure on Sky Sports and the Talk Sport on the radio. So you know what? I do hear what you're saying, Andy.
Yeah, but he's only going to pull in the Watford supporters, isn't he? He ain't going to get anyone else that really going to be tuning into. You know, I don't think he'll get past the first round. I think.
I'm hoping his first game's against the Emperor here. You know what I mean? Against Mr. Matt Hayden. That's what I'm hoping.
That'd be all right, wouldn't it?
Mate, you'd be all right. You've seen his promo videos done with another guy. He's playing pool in some pub, and he said he's been practicing for a couple of months, and you could just tell by his cueing action that he's not going to get very far in this comp.
Oh no, I haven't seen that. Where's that then?
That's on my Facebook, I think. I'll have to find the link and send it to you. But
share it to our page. Yeah, we'll have a look at that.
Yeah. And while you're on there, Andy, have you subscribed to our Facebook, Andy? Are you on darkSIDEpool?
Yeah.
I'll tell you why. It's just because it's just that you mentioned like Thailand and that the guy that's got a club in Thailand and that. Because like I say, if you ever go there, it'd be nice just to get in touch with you, just to put a word in that we were was going out there or something. Do you know what I mean? To practice at his club. So that's why I'm saying, just so we can stay in touch. You know.
No, Shane Van Bone's just been knocked out as well. 10-8 to Sean. Jason Shaw.
Sure. Well, Jason's playing well again. He's playing well again at the moment, isn't he, Jason? He had that little bit of a lull, didn't he? But he won that tournament. Where was it? Vietnam. Did he win the Vietnam Open or something?
It was a Chinese one that he won. The
I know he won what Hanoi Open.
That's the one he won.
Yeah.
He did play well in it though. I've got to take my hats off to him. He is a very good shot maker. You know what I mean?
Oh, brilliant! Yeah.
He's the next level on that, isn't he?
Yeah.
Well, Tommy came second in a competition. You know, on the 3 days ago when he played in Mega Break.
Sorry, say that again. Tommy, what?
Disher came second in a competition as well.
What was that then?
Let me see if I can share it with you, mate. darkSIDEpool. Let me just post this on your
put it on the page.
Messenger.
Yeah.
darkSIDE. So you can have a look at this. darkSIDE. Here we go. Send. And I'll see if I can
find
that video as well for you guys as well. So
what with Deeney? Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting. Look, that'd be interesting.
That Deeney thing, I think a lot of people obviously it rubbed them up the wrong way because it was mainly the people that were in the qualifiers. That there was a few players that would have spent a few quid on trying to go in these qualifiers and travelling up and down the country to play in them and didn't get through. And then for him to let this guy in just off the back of
this is going back to my argument, right? So I'm from Leicester, so it's on my doorstep, so I'm lucky enough. But it's 55 quid or something to enter. And it's a straight knockout, right? So I looked at some of the local lads that entered. They got beat 9-0 in the first round. So they, for someone that's just paid 50 quid and not won a rack, and then got beat by more or less all the top seeds in there. It's not value. It's not value for money. And there was only one spot anyhow in Leicester, because I spoke to you, didn't I, Gareth? When you
That's right. Yeah, that was when I was 5-0 up there, and I bloody lost 7-6.
Well, I was a bit surprised, but I didn't know this kid from Omar. But apparently he come on the train by Newcastle, so he said to me that he's got on the train, he's got to take a train back. So it just shows the dedication for some of these English players to come into a tournament to play.
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
and they have a lot more costs involved than just turning up to the club.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, exactly.
And I think there weren't many qualifiers that I seen. There was some up down north, but obviously GJ did one, didn't he, at his place in Victoria? Is it, or in Reading, Tooting, or wherever?
There's a few of them about there, but
yeah. So I mean, obviously, but then you got all the London lads, aren't you? Like So Shaw and all them, like, which you probably familiar with, and it's a long way to go to play pool, if you know what I mean, for a qualifier. You know, where they. Maybe they could have done it a bit better, organised it a bit better, for the qualifiers. Because obviously I appreciate it's good that you qualify to get into a major tournament like that's on televised. But it's I don't think it's value for money that they're asking players to pay so much to go into a tournament. And then obviously when you get to the venue, then there's also your overheads as well. It's not paid for, is it? It's not your hotels, nothing's paid for. So it's like, do you remember the World Cup qualifiers we had in Cardiff years ago?
Yeah, I remember.
Stars and Stripes in Bristol.
That's it.
And you used to spend the money and then go in a hotel, and it was a lot more value. There was more sessions that you could go into. Even in Cardiff as well, when we had the World Pool qualifiers, and then you could go there a week before for the qualifiers before the tournament. At the same venue.
Yeah,
that's it. Yeah, I remember, because that was about 2003, 4, wasn't it? Around that era, wasn't it?
Yeah, I know, but the competitions were a lot better then. I hate
to say they were. Yeah, no, they were. Well, like I say, you mentioned about it earlier, and like I say, I know the Emperor there has just mentioned about Solihull. Unfortunately, there's nothing on offer in this country anymore, which is so sad, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Because I know that you're actually thinking of trying to get into a few of the events in Europe, aren't you, Matt? Potentially.
Well, later this year, I'm certainly going to go in a Euro Tour event. Yeah.
It's just like come along with us and that.
It's a different level when you go to a Euro Tour. If you play in any European events as well, I mean, you should definitely put Belgium on your radar for next year. It's always a clock. The clock's only a small club. It's got probably 6 tables at the venue, but they put minibus on to take you to the other venue. So they look after you. So the other location, they pick you up and they run buses all day, so you don't have to stay there. And the other venue where they've got is his old man's place, and he's got 3 tables in there as well.
Oh, they're playing a few clubs, do they?
They got a couple of clubs there, yeah. But they have. It's not a massive tournament like Euro, but it's good. It's a very good club. It's probably the best club I've played. Well, I played in clubs all over Thailand, all over Holland as well, which you guys know because I've travelled quite a bit. But this is the bee's knees, mate. It really is. The tables are lovely. Don't have nothing to complain about.
Yeah.
And if you play bad, you play bad because you've missed the ball, not because of the tables that done you out.
Yeah, exactly.
Where you've rattle the balls, and the pockets are tighter as well. So that's what you want. They're not big pockets.
Yeah, that's what me and Matt were saying earlier on. Like down at Solihull, they're blooming. Literally, there's a couple of tables up there where the cushions are literally being held on by the cloth. Do you know what I mean? It's like, what the hell's going on here? Like you come off the cushion, it just dies. Literally, you put it in at 100%, it comes out like 5-6%.
So then you're not banking balls, are you? You just
not at all.
You're playing 6 pocket or 4 pocket, what you call it.
Yeah, and 5, and probably sometimes 4 or 5 cushion. Do you know what I mean? Literally trying to avoid a top cushion or a side cushion.
I know the feeling, mate. I'm playing handicap tournaments in the rack, and a couple of tables at the back. When you hit the rails, they just react different, and it's just very hard. And it's not making excuses. I'm probably
it is what it is.
Anyhow, but it's just where it is. But I ain't gonna lie to you. I've just ordered carbon shafts from China. I'm waiting for them to come over. As soon as I get them, going to be putting some time in, solid, like 2 times a week or 3 times a week, where I could just get my game up a bit, like it used to be. And I might play in a couple of tournaments here and there, seeing what's on offer.
Yeah, just trying to think what is on offer. What is on the go at the moment? I can't even think what's on the go. There's nothing. There's nothing. I don't
that was
think.
telling me a minute ago, weren't there? I mean, obviously, that's the one in Telford's a bit rich for me, to be honest. Really, for without practice, turning up and just expecting to do well.
The thing is, well, I mean, everything's gone.
Yeah, that's just a one-off, isn't it?
Cost of living's gone up for everyone, hasn't it? And that's having a big impact on the scene in general. I think. I mean, travel costs, petrol costs, everything else.
I know,
but it's just 150 quid for some people, like who might be down south or all the way up north. If they're not playing in the UK Open anyway, I mean, it's a big thing for them to come over. It'll be in. I mean, I'm not sure of the. I haven't looked at the dates, to be honest, of when this amateur thing starts, but I'm guessing it's probably going to be on the Friday, maybe even the Thursday. Yeah. So, because there's a lot of tournament, they've got 2 tournaments on that thing to get through. So, I think it probably will start Thursday or the Friday.
Yeah, and then you
for
got
people to have time off work as well to come all the way. It's a big expense really for some people, and like I say, a lot of people obviously need to prioritise spending money on other things.
Have they got added money up there, Matt? Have they in the amateur event? Have they added money to it?
I'm not sure, to be honest. What the
I think there's a little bit of money. I don't think there's much money. I think it's mainly the entry into the competition, isn't it? Is that what you're referring to?
You're going to get some. You're going to get a free block of the latest Kamui Roku chalk or something as well now. As a bonus for playing in it, I think that's probably about 30 quid a block or something anyway.
Get us a block, Matt, while you're there.
I don't know. I'll keep it, mate, if I get some of that. I'm having.
Yeah, I prefer the old, what's his name, Master or Triangle chalk.
You're not using that TAM stuff?
No, I don't like it. I'll tell you why.
Have you tried the pool stuff, the blue one, or have you not tried the green one, the V10?
No. Triangle or Master, mate.
I've used the V2. Is it V2?
I shouldn't say this, but I managed to get some guy in Leicester, Asian guy, who wear a play English pool, because I still use a glove. And I've been using my English cube, but I've been struggling because I miscue some balls, because the tip's so small. And I was talking to him, and I told him I was going to Belgium, and he said he got me some tame stickers, patches, got me some chalks, to get me the magic rack and some other bits, all for free.
Lovely.
And they're like 15 quid a block or something stupid, aren't they?
Yeah.
So he's got me some blue stuff as well. So at the moment, I've got some tame stuff for myself, and then hopefully, see what happens.
For me, that chalk, I've used the V2, which was
that's the older stuff. That's the snooker
stuff. It's like
bloody
talcum powder. That is. You put it on, it just falls off. So I didn't use that for very long. I've tried the other one, the blue one, which was the next one up, I think.
Pyro or something.
Yeah, I didn't really like that, if I'm being honest. And then I've tried the V10 because I know a lot of people use that now. That's all right, but the thing I don't like it's round, because I don't like chalking the cue with a round thing.
Yeah.
I'd rather have a square.
I suppose you've got the same habit as me, man, as well. Don't you chalk your tip quite regular, like every shot?
I do, mate. My tip.
It's a habit, isn't it? It's just a mental habit. And with this V10, when you're chalking the cue, you're not supposed to do it constantly. It's supposed to grits it, and it holds the chalk better when you hit more balls. Mm-hmm. So you don't need to do it, and it's a very bad habit to break. It's.
It would be.
It's
Because I gave you a block of that chalk, Matt. What was that one I gave you?
That was the Predator.
I don't even know what it was.
Hexagonal.
Yeah, someone gave it to me, like a block of it. It was still in my bag, wasn't it? And I just gave it to you.
That's not too bad stuff, to be honest. That Predator hexagonal, whatever.
Well, no wonder you're not struggling then. You need to get back on the old triangle or master chalk, lads.
I've got loads.
I've got that at the moment, actually. I'm using that again at the moment, the master stuff. But, I mean, chalking the cue, it's part of for some people, it's part of the pre-shot routine, as they're standing there, they're looking at the table, they're chalking the cue. And then
I think you can make this game as expensive as you want, though, can't you? I mean, come on. I mean, we grew up on master, right? You grew up on master chalk or green or blue, whatever whatever you prefer. But for years you've used it, and then all of a sudden who was it? They bought the toothpaste out. It was company. Was it Mez or was it Kanui? They bought this expensive £45 block chalk, and it came off like toothpaste. And if you got it on your hands or your shirt, absolutely buggered.
I think that was Kamui.
Ain't coming off.
Kamui guys, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
I
was
don't know.
like
Yeah. Was that
this
the
should get
original
me.
one when they first started changing it?
This should give me a couple of blocks. I think someone gave it to him, and he gave it to me, and I've tried to use it, and I thought, nah, no, thanks, mate. I've still got bits of the chalk left. But I've
What,
just
on your
put it.
shirt?
No, put it in my pool tin, mate, in the corner.
Oh,
You've been playing for that many years. You collect so much stuff, don't you, over the
yeah,
years?
don't you just? Yeah,
You
like you
know?
say, you can. Oh, who was the other guy that used to collect them cues? He was a lovely bloke. He was a really nice
Oh,
guy from Leeds.
Simon
you're
Valley.
talking about Simon DeValley.
What
Yeah.
a lovely bloke he was. Whatever came of him?
He
He's
sold
from
all his
Leeds,
stuff,
isn't
I
he?
think. Yeah, I think he sold all his stuff, to be honest. But I haven't spoken to him for a while. But he's the guy that got my cue that I've got now rewrapped for me. He sent it to America, and he got Gus Sambotti to do like the ringtail lizard wrap on that cue I've got.
Oh wow. Okay.
And it's beautiful, but it messed my game up because I sent it away. I was without my cue for about bloody 6 months because it took ages. And then I was borrowing other cues. And then when I got my cue back, I was like all over the place because I hadn't used it for so long.
Yeah.
But
What a lovely guy he was, eh? They had all the time in the world for you, that bloke. Really nice guy.
Yeah.
You know, so he don't play at all.
Not that I know of. He's into his music and things like that, guitars, and he
Oh,
buys
right, okay.
guitars and sells them. I think he's in a
I think
band as well.
he was in a band, wasn't he? Was he some sort of guitarist or something?
Yeah.
And he was buying and selling all these expensive stuff.
Yeah. But
I have a right story about Simon DeValley. It'll make you laugh.
Go for it.
This is going back in the Pro 9 days when we used to play on Doug's Tour. You know, we turn
Yeah,
up on Thursday night, Friday, and then it'd be a long weekend.
Yeah.
So one weekend, I think I had a bare cue and I had a problem with my cue. Can't remember what happened, and I didn't have a cue to play in the tournament. So he offered to lend me a cue. So he ships over this Efren Reyes antique pull cue to me. There's got like like the Red Indian telepoles that you get the carvings in, literally into the wood. So it's not even a proper cue. And he's lent me it, and I'm like, what the hell does he expect me to do with this? You know, it's more of a thing that you would just sit and stare at rather than hit balls with. It was just a joke of a cue. So yeah, I ended up with a different cue and played in the game. The guy just made me laugh, you know what I mean? Thinking he was going to send me a bat through the door just to go. Some antique roadshow stuff comes out, you know what I mean?
Quality.
It's hilarious.
How'd you get on with it?
And then he asked me, did I play much pool with it? And I said, no, I didn't. What was the point in you sending that, mate? Just a normal cue. I think I ended up playing with a Predator, and that was the first and last time I ever used it.
It was something special. He was from Leeds, wasn't he? That way.
Yeah, it was from Leeds. Yeah.
Who was the Buffalo guy? Jason, wasn't it? What was his name again? Jason. He used to like Buffalo tips, and he was a rep, I think. Oh no, McDermott, not Buffalo. What was his name?
Oh, the Lone Wolf, Jason. Yeah, I've been speaking to him recently.
What was his name? Jason.
Oh yeah, I'll think of his name in a minute. But yeah, I've got him. Yeah, he was going to come on the show actually at the beginning of the year. The Lone Wolf.
I haven't seen him for ages.
He was the rep for Tiger, wasn't he? Oh, can't think of his blooming surname. Yeah, Jason.
Yeah. Oh wow, okay.
He was another one that used to be around back in the day, with all the old school players, I can't remember his bloody surname now.
Yeah. What the West Indian guy?
Yeah. He was.
Yeah, nice. He was the rep. He was the rep for Tiger, wasn't he?
Or McDermott, I don't know.
One of them.
He was. I think it was McDermott because he was always selling their stuff or whatever, and the tips, giving you the tips.
So I mean, there's so many characters, aren't there, Andy, that we could go and talk about. You know what I mean?
I could go on all night, mate. But obviously, some of the stories that I've encountered over the years, you know what I mean.
And some of the venues were great. Do you remember that venue that we all went to in on the BBBA in Scarborough?
Yeah.
Do you remember the Scarborough one?
Yeah,
there was
Riley's. That was the one I used to go to there.
Where's that?
It was a Riley's club when I went to Scarborough.
Yeah,
that's it. Right, yeah.
It was a Riley's club, mate. Yeah, it was definitely.
I remember there was some. I can't think of the geezer's surname. His name was Gareth something. He was from North London.
Steele.
And he literally Gareth Steele. That was it. Yeah. He jumped off. I don't know if you remember going up the stairs to the because Scarborough was up a few flights of stairs.
Yeah.
He literally stood up the top on the balcony and jumped off and jumped to the bottom of the like 3 or 4, to the bottom, like 2 or 3 flights down, and done a roll at the bottom. Unbelievable. How he survived that is just a mystery, literally. Gareth still, because I think he moved to Canada, didn't he, or sort of
or America,
northeast? Yeah, was it northeast America?
Not too sure. I think there's so many different characters, weren't there, on the circuit though? Do you remember Arthur the cat from Leicester?
Oh no, I remember Arthur Cheesecake.
Arthur Cheesecake. You must know him, Matt. You can probably remember him, Arthur.
I can't remember the name.
Years
I remember
ago.
that I'd know him if I've seen him. I can't remember the name, but I'll probably know.
He used to turn up with like 20 different jumpsticks. You probably remember him as a character and half.
Arthur, was he Arthur the cat? You say
Arthur Bull, his name was.
I remember.
He used to wear a shirt with all these paws on him. He used to call himself the cat.
There was a guy. There was a younger chap when I first started playing on the Pro 9 tour years ago. The very first tournament I played in, there was a guy that played on the tour. He was only a younger guy. He was only probably in his teens, I think. And he was a ginger-haired guy, and if he was losing or he played a bad shot, he'd just launch his cue through the whole balls on the table, just like this.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, I can't remember. And then the opponent just come on with ball in hand. Then, really, I mean, it should be bloody loss of frame. But he was renowned for doing it, and I actually seen him do it in a tournament as well. Missed the ball, he just launched the cue through all the balls on the table and spread them all over.
Wow, that's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, there's some right characters back in the day, but obviously things change. The games.
Well, people change, don't they? They move on now. I mean, it's new kettle of fish now, isn't it? When you turn up to tournaments, you don't know anyone. You're playing against players you've never seen before. So
yeah, and they don't know the history of the. Let's say the pioneers. Let's talk that, and then they. That's what they never know. You know what I mean? And they can't. This new breed just take everything too seriously.
I know it's quite crazy, isn't it? So it's
you can't have a laugh of them.
It is a small world, though. You know what I mean? Even when you play, you think you'd be recognised on the internet, because with the mad games and stuff that you play, but things are streamed now, aren't there? Everything's recorded and played on the internet, makes you a little bit known. But I think the players that know you from like years ago, they're the only the faces that are really good to see again.
I agree with you.
It's
it's like bumping into you the other day, Andy. Do you know what I mean? It was like we've never left, wasn't it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was. It's been a few years, hasn't it? So
yeah, absolutely.
No, it's good to see some characters down in Leicester. You know what I mean? It's always nice to go there. But I suppose after all these years, we had a Pro 9 event there one year. It was one of the best clubs in Leicester, that Rock and Roll. It was absolutely kicking. People coming down from all over the place. We had a big event there. Them tables, when they first put in, were the best tables in the UK, Murray's. They're very good tables, you see.
What's the other club that we used to play in up there when we used to do the darkside promotion?
Riley's,
what was that club?
No, it was Club 147.
Oh, is it 147?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Was that where we used to play? Was that where we used to do it, mate? Over here, 147.
Yeah, it was 147. Yeah.
So that's owned by Ram. That's where I play at the moment. So I play. Yeah. The only reason I play that at the moment is because the tables they're really looked after. It's one of the best places in the county to play English pool.
Yeah.
And they've got the best teams in the country as well.
Gavin Lomax.
Yeah, I know Gavin. Yeah, I know.
I played him at like at Yarmouth. They used to have the national amateurs and things. He won it one year. He's probably won it a few times, but the one year he won it is probably about 15 years ago.
Yeah,
maybe just less. I don't know. But I played him in one of the earlier rounds. I think it was his third round or something. And I was like 6-1 in front on him. And he beat me 7-6, and he won that tournament. I mean, I couldn't believe it.
Gavin Lomax is in Australia, and I used to work with his brother Darren. So that's how I met him, because they used to have a snooker club in, I believe it was in Glenfield, called Top. No, it was in Anstey, and it was called Top Spot.
Yeah.
So their parents owned the club, and his brother said, I play snooker. So I went down and played him. I used to play a little bit of snooker in my early days. This is like talking years ago, over a decade. And it was like, He said, "Oh, this is my brother Gavin. I've never met him before. He was a snooker player, but he was knocking in 80s, 90s, just with running around the table. But then he started playing English pool for a long time. Now he's moved over to Australia.
Yeah.
So he's you know,
Well,
he's
shout out to the English pool. My mate Rob Warren's playing a money match tonight. Actually, my mate who were playing the snooker team. We won the West Midlands League as well not long ago, Division 1, which was great. But he's playing a big money match tonight. He's probably finished now against Jason Waters, an Irish chap, I think. It's like 44 grand the total pot, but he was 20.
Wow.
He was 23-13 up the last time I checked in before we started this. So
yeah,
I'd expect he hopefully he's won that by now. But yeah, shout out. We're going to get him on at some point as well, Rob, to have a chat. One of your best mates, English pool scene is sort of flourishing, isn't it, at the moment with the ultimate pool?
Well, to be honest, with the ultimate pool and with some of the tournaments I've seen, it just seems to be a lot more prestige events. They play at Blackpool now, don't they? The ultimate pool. Some of the 9-ball players have moved over to it.
The problem for me though with the ultimate pool, it's great. The production's great, everything's great about it, and I know a lot of the people that run it. I mean, some of my best mates who I played in teams with do things behind the scenes for ultimate pool. Scott, he's one of my best mates. The guy that refs it, played in teams with him for years, but the problem for me, if I wanted to go in, and this is probably the same for a lot of other people, if I want to go on ultimate pool, I'd have to go on the challenger thing or whatever it is, and then there's like 200 and something odd players in it. You're going up Blackpool for a tournament, and it's single elimination, and you're only playing first to 6 against people that are more than capable of beating some of the pros.
Yeah,
and because they're just not been able to get in the pro tour because they took it up.
Is that what Richard Jones won? Did he run a challenge event? Didn't he?
Yeah, Richard Jones. Yeah,
Richard. Gary Bullock's playing in it now as well. So Gary Bullock's now playing English pool rather than 9-ball and 10-ball.
Is that what happened to Gary Bullock? Because I saw him a few times at the beginning last year at Solihull, so he don't bother with that no more then.
No, he's gone to the English pool. It's tough. It's such a tough school to go deep in one of them because there's that many good players, and when you're only playing first to 6, and it's like break clear, break clear, break clear.
Yeah,
it's a toss of a coin, I think, to be honest.
What? And then you go all out to Blackpool just to play a race to 6?
Yeah, but they have 2 tournaments per competition, per event, like per.
Oh, so it's like a double elimination sort of thing.
Well, I mean, there's two different tournaments.
2 separate tournaments, though, Gareth.
Yeah, but they're both single elim first to 6.
Right.
It's a tough school, that is, really. I mean, but yeah, well done to Rich Jones. I mean, he won one of them a couple of months ago, didn't he? And he was umming and ahhing what to do, whether he should carry on with that, and I don't know. I mean, did he carry on? I think so, yeah, because he was umming and ahhing whether to take that a bit more up but I don't know. But like I say, for me, that's where I'm at. I prefer playing in one-off tournaments that are like close. I mean, there's a lot of good pool places near me in like Stoke, and they have good tournaments every now and again, and I like going in them.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I lost in the semi-final in the last one I played in, but it's I like a tournament where you can turn up for a day and just go. I know obviously the UK Open's a bit different in a couple of weeks' time because you don't get to play in an event like that very often, so I don't mind that, and it's on the doorstep. I mean, Telford for me is like 35 minutes for me to go to Telford.
So it's quite close to you, but if it was on your doorstep, then definitely, I suppose it's not too far for me as well because I'm Leicester, and I. So if you're Stoke, then not too bad. But it's just getting the table time in for me. That's the big thing. If I was playing a bit more regular, you stand half a chance. That way, you're not half a chance, but you stand a chance of at least getting a couple of rounds. Yeah, getting value for money. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to set the world on fire now. I'm 50 now, bro.
I'm 45 in a couple of weeks.
I'm not speaking anymore, mate.
8th of May. Mate.
Age catches up with you.
Yeah.
Definitely. It's age definitely catches up with you, doesn't it? So
yeah.
It's just things happen, I suppose. Unless we could all retire on the lottery, hey, happy days. Then we just play pool full time, I suppose.
Well,
be a dream, wouldn't it?
So what about Mark Gray? Does Mark Gray play on the ultimate pool?
I haven't seen Mark Gray. So Mark Gray, last time I've seen him was when he came with Imran to the Belgium tournament. So Nigel took Mark in the car and Benji Buckley, and they came on a kind of like a tour with us. So we played a bit of pool in Belgium that weekend, but I haven't seen him since then. I think Mark,
He's doing
what
the
I heard
ultimate
was
market.
he had an injury or something, didn't he? And then he stopped playing, and then he's played in a couple of tournaments recently. I think that's what I've heard.
Right.
Yeah,
because he was a great player, Mark, wasn't he? Really, really a good player.
Yeah, fantastic player. We watched him in Dern, and he was playing on that 8-foot table, that really long table with really tight pockets.
Yeah.
He was a quality player, you know what I mean? And I think he lost in the final or won in the final. I can't remember, to Albin Ocean or something in that Belgium tournament. So very good player, Mark Gray. You know,
well, you see, but the thing is, I mean, right, this is my point about the ultimate pool. Mark Gray, he's played on a lot of them ultimate pool on the challenger things. I'm not sure what his best finish is. Probably maybe the last 16, possibly last 32s.
Yeah.
Now, for me, I would have expected a player of his caliber, to sort of go quite deep in some of the, maybe even win one of these things. But it just goes to show you the standard of play on them events.
Has he played in the challenger thing then? Has he, Mark Gray?
Yeah, he's played in loads of them.
Oh, I didn't know that, mate. I haven't been really following.
Richard's done better than Mark has on it.
I know they're charging like a $5 or something a month to watch it on the
app.
On the app, yeah. But I haven't watched every single game because I know they do women's and they do all sorts on there, don't they?
They do everything on there, mate. To be honest,
yeah. And I think with English pool, there's that many players, and it's like double the size of 9-ball players. That
of course it's,
you don't know everyone's name, and when people talk about people, they tend to do that a lot in English.
It's a lot more of an accessible game for people as well. I mean, 9-ball tables, they're not many around unless you've got a big decent club. I mean, English pool tables are everywhere, aren't they? So that's kind of obviously why they've done so well. And fair play to them. I mean, hopefully they'll carry on doing what they're doing and let it grow more.
Ideally, the way forward is, I mean, I don't know why I didn't do this earlier, but you should buy just like an extension at the back of the house and put a table in there and, get all the nice conditions so that you can play every day, and that's something I might do in the future.
Go and buy some solid hole tables. Go and buy the ones that's held on by whatever they're held on by. Not even nuts and bolts.
Someone stole the bolts.
Someone stole the bolts. I don't know what. I don't even know what they're held on by. But it's all good. It's all good.
It's all good. So speaking about the solid again, I mean, I haven't been for about 3 weeks up there because I was a bit annoyed the last time. But anyway, they'd recovered some of them tables I was on about, and then I seen someone had put a picture on the WhatsApp group of one of the tables. It was like someone had spilled bloody mustard on the table.
Oh,
and it was like a big, and this was one of the newer ones that they'd recloth. And it was
like,
really?
Yeah. Oh.
See, I like it when you go.
I didn't go to Solihull, but obviously I have to work in the week, you see. So the problem is, it's getting down there. I was thinking about coming down there. I don't drive at the moment, so it's a bit hard for me to get there. But I was thinking maybe jumping on the train and maybe having a night in a hotel and then coming back the next day. But obviously, it's easy enough to get to, isn't it? Just on the train. But I suppose you can't. It just depends on. Can't do late nights now because got to look after me old dear. So that's the biggest problem. Otherwise, these tournaments when you're free, it's a lot easier, isn't it? You just jump in a car and you go. So,
but that's the thing. Then. But like you say, unfortunately, there's just no tournaments here, Andy. That's the thing you're up against. I think Solihull's. I know we mentioned it earlier. There's nobody runs any half decent tournaments here.
No, they don't. I mean? I don't think they do. Anyhow, I don't think there's any tournaments.
There's no value for money, is there?
No, it's just trying to pinch some money all the time. It's not good.
The thing, Andy, I've got to ask you though. I mean, you were saying about the value for money, and I mean, what? It's a tricky question, but what in your mind or eyes would you see as a kind of value for money comp that would attract your players like yourself and other players like yourself?
Well, it's not just about me.
How would you do a tournament? I mean, when you how would you make a perfect tournament if for a lot of players of 9-ball? I mean, because it's a tough thing, but I mean, what would your sort of perfect
See, the thing is nowadays people need to do like round robins where there's guaranteed so many matches. The thing is.
Oh, I love group stages.
Yeah, but obviously you can't do race to what is it, the typical nowadays, race to 4 or something stupid like that. You need to make them, you got to be able to, someone's going to pay. Let's get real, right? We live in a crisis, right? Everything's expensive. People have not got much spending money nowadays. Pubs are more or less dead. People don't pay £5 or £6 for pints anymore, right? If they come out, they're spending near a ton just on drinks and beer and the rest of it. And then they've got traveling expenses and hotels on top. So if you run a tournament, if you're running a race to, say, 6 in group stage, you guarantee so much of a thing, but you can't be expecting people to pay £60 to £100 for a tournament. They just won't do it. If they're average players, if you want the numbers, make the tournaments cheap, it means that you can bring in. But then obviously I understand the clubs because they've got to pay for the lights and the table and they're losing money. But then that's down to them to accommodate, make it entertaining enough for the players to be putting money beyond the bar. And if we get real with you, the serious pool players that turn up, they drink Coke or they drink coffees and they don't really spend a lot of money beyond the pump. And that's the bottom line, isn't it?
A lot of them have to drive, don't they? Of course, and then that's
this is the thing, you see. So I don't really know the answer to that. I mean, I'm quite happy to pay €100 and play in a tournament like Belgium because I enjoy it. It's the enjoyment factor for me.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's a ritual, isn't it? Going abroad is a ritual.
You see, they did it. I don't know how they did it, but they did the main event where you play group stage and the top 3 get through to the next knockout stage. And then if you're out the tournament, there's a side event that you get into for free and you play that. And that was played over the course of 2-3 days. So you're staying in a hotel.
Yeah.
So if I must be honest with you, I spent €280 on the hotel. And then I paid another €100 to go into the tournament, or €75, I think it was. And then whatever my transportation cost was from Leicester to Belgium. And then the toll, the train.
Yeah.
So obviously, if you add it up, it was just less than £500 for the whole tournament. Now, when you guys go on Euro tours and stuff, you're spending more or less near from £5 to £1,000 easy, and that's without your food.
Oh yeah. I see. I'll do it.
Yeah. So for an average player to take part in these tournaments, to play against the big names, that's what the dream is here, isn't it? You're getting to play people that you see on TV or see in major tournaments and better your game. It's a lot of money to shell out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I'm with you. It's about. I say every time I go out there, I say I'm all right with. I'm okay with it, but I'm just a one-off in that regard. But you're doing 1,200 or 1,300 quid for the average person. You know what I mean?
It's
a lot of money for them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, Matt, like you were asking me, what's value? If you think on this level, that's going to be like, if you're paying less than 500 quid, that's affordable for someone that works. And, in this day in life, it's not majorly expensive. But then if you're going into £5,000 to £1,000 before you even get, hit a ball, then you've got to think about it. Well, are you good enough to be there? Or are you good enough to...
This is the thing. I mean, even for the top players in the world, right? I keep saying to people, I think, unless you're in the top 16 of the world,
you're
probably better off having a job at the moment, and in terms because you probably get more money. I mean, if you think about it, there's loads more tournaments now that professional people can play in.
Yeah.
But, obviously, they're having to pay entry fees. They've got to pay hotels, travel, everything else. And like you say, it's not cheap. You're looking at £1,000, £2,000 by the time.
Yeah.
And some people might not even go away with hardly any prize money. And these are people like in the top 16 to top 32 players in the world.
Just had a message come through. Darkside, will you send me a hat and sign it? You and the Emperor. Matt, give him the email address, mate. Yes, of course I will. I'll send you one free of charge. It'll be signed by myself and the Emperor. Matt, can you just dish out the email address so they can send the...
It's on the chat message, mate. Yeah, darkside.
Is it there?
Darkside. Yeah, darkSIDEpool.co.uk.
Yeah, I can see it there, and it's at the bottom.
Yeah,
I'm on my phone. I can't see it. Sorry, mate. But yeah, absolutely. Yeah, not a problem, mate. I'll get that out to you. Just send us your details.
We've only got a few left, though, haven't we?
Yeah, I think there's only about 4 left. You know.
I've promised me mate one, Andrew from the Diamond Valley project. He has sent me a message now. I don't know whether he's going to join on tonight because it's probably getting on a bit for him, but we'll certainly get him on in another episode coming forward. But
yeah, sure.
He's the one that's been doing the drills and things that we've been doing.
Right.
Have you seen any of them, Andy? Actually, like the drills and everything I've been doing on YouTube.
I haven't, no, but I'm going to jump on YouTube and
check out a YouTube channel, right? And if you want some good drill practice, have a look at some of them drills. They'll certainly get your game back up to speed in no time.
Yeah. Do you know what, guys? Listen, I'll tell you what, guys. Listen, I'm going to be a bit rude and just check out. I'll tell you why, because I've got to be up in the morning to go to Spots and Stripes in central London.
Yeah, well, we've had 2 hours, so I'm going to.
Yeah, so I'll leave. Yeah, I'll leave you guys to it because I'm just going to just dive into bed. It's nearly 11 o'clock. You know,
I was just going to say, mate, I forgot you got that tournament. I mean, it's last chance saloon for you, mate, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it is. Yeah, but you know, I'm not too bothered to be honest. You one way or the other. Do you know what I mean? Because I've got so many other big tournaments coming up that it's just one of them things. You know what I mean? I'm happy to just come along and support you, Matt. But yeah, I'm happy to just come and play tomorrow.
There, won't we? You know, in some way, shape, or form. But yeah,
we're still there, still represented.
I'll keep an eye on that tomorrow.
I will love you. I will love you and leave you, Andy. Yeah. You said that you're a follower. So that's great on the Facebook. Then it'd be great to stay in touch with you, mate. You know what I mean? And thank you so much for. Well, I'm just talking about myself here. I know the Emperor's still standing there, but thanks for coming on. It was great. It was great talking to you. But I'm gonna love you and leave you, mate. And leave you guys because I say I've got to be up at 6 in the morning.
See you later, Gareth.
Good luck for that, mate.
I don't need luck, mate. I'm just going to turn up with my cue. Don't you worry about that. The dark side needs no luck. The fear lies. The fear lies with him, mate. Take care, boys. Speak to you soon.
Yeah. Bye.
Yeah. Take it easy, boys.
All right.
Yeah.
He's gone. The dark side.
He's disappeared and left you, mate.
I forgot to be honest. I forgot he'd got that tournament tomorrow. His last chance qualifier.
Where's he going to? Scotland? Did you say?
No, he's got it's in London. The qualifier tomorrow. But this
is that GJ's? Well, the one.
No, Spots and Stripes. I think the club is
Spots and Stripes. Okay.
But he's actually going to Scotland as well for the McGoldricks thing the week after. So he's got a busy week, and then the week after that, he'll be. If he doesn't go in the UK Open, he's coming to watch me in it anyway. So
so you'll be down at Telford way. I'll keep an eye on the rankings and stuff on the key scores and.
Yeah, I mean, I'm playing well. To be honest, I'm probably feeling like I'm playing as best I've ever played. To be honest, in my life. But it's a different mindset in it when you're playing in these tournaments with the the best players in the world. You just got to try and forget that. And when you're at the table. You're at the table. It doesn't matter who you're playing, to be honest. You're the only one in control of that table when you're at the table.
You need to switch off, buddy. I really do think you have to switch off and just focus on the game and take a ball at a time and forget the scores. Yeah. Forget who's around you, watching you and stuff like that. I know it's not easy said than done, especially when you're part-time at it, but it's the best thing that you can ever do, Yeah. You've got no distractions, it's a lot more. I'll be honest with you. When I played in the rack and roll in Leicester a couple of weeks ago in this handicap tournament, I found it very hard to concentrate because there's so much distraction going around the room. But when you're in a tournament, it's a lot easier to kind of focus on the game rather than what's happening around the room, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, you just got to settle down and get into that rhythm and block things out. But once you're playing well, you can block everything out anyway. Once you're in that rhythm and that mindset, you know what I mean? So it's just trying to find the route into that mindset, sometimes. And sometimes that can come with one good shot. In a match, you have one good shot and that sets you up then for the rest of the match, in that mindset. But it can also go the other way as well. You miss a shot and it puts you back the opposite way sometimes. So it's just about finding that balance and
the balance,
getting into the zone as as a lot of people call it. And
but you had quite a few spots at Thingy, didn't they? At Solihull, didn't they? They had quite a few spots that qualified. Tommy qualified, didn't he? And
I played in that one, and Benji beat me in the quarterfinal. He beat me 8-5, I think. He got the better. I mean, we've had some right games, me and Benji. He's beat me more times than I beat him, but I have beat him. My fair share. But he's
he's a good player.
He's a very good player. Benji. Very good player. But I mean, so I went in two 2 qualifiers. So I went in that one at Solihull, and I went in the one last week at St Albans. But I was saying to Gareth earlier, I mean, there's a lot of good players that aren't going to get in these in this tournament because just they've had a bad draw or they've had a tough draw on these qualifiers. And yeah, I mean,
which is wrong. Yeah, very wrong. I think if they go back to the way that people just rush in and buy tickets, that was hilarious. You're getting players that
I
don't
was
play
saying
the
to
game.
Gareth, I don't know. I mean, look, there's not going to be enough people to have filled up the UK Open based on the plan that they had, because they obviously put X amount of qualifying tournaments on, and they were planning on having like 16 qualifiers through each tournament, or 8
Yeah.
qualifiers through each tournament. Eight, I think it was, when it based off 64, and I don't think they've had a qualifying tournament yet where they've had 64 people trying to play in it anyway. So
No,
there's probably going to be 20, 30 spaces to fill for qualifiers into the UK Open. Now I don't know what they're going to do about that.
I think it's probably the money side of it. So that money that they're raising for each event is going. What I heard was they're getting so much of the pot, aren't they?
Well, it probably will be. I don't know, but I mean, either way, there's still going to be excess places, and obviously there'll be people that will pull out at the last minute as well for whatever reason. So I mean, whether they're going to offer places to people that have gone in several qualifiers and just narrowly missed out, they might offer them a space anyway. I think that's probably what might happen, to be honest, for some of these.
Yeah.
Some
I
of these
suppose
players.
I suppose that's the reason why there's been a lot of hate towards this footballer. I mean, I don't know him. I don't know how good he is.
Yeah.
But if you watch that video, it doesn't look very good.
I'll watch it. Yeah.
You know, YouTube one. But what it is a lot of people hating it because the fact is they've had to drive for hours down the M1 to get to a venue and then pay money and then not qualify. So they're sick in the teeth. They're thinking, how's he got in?
I get it. I mean, it's but on the other hand, I mean, I can understand why Matchroom are doing it. Obviously, it's to get more talk about the game or people watching the game that might not necessarily watch it. I mean, they did it with Jack Lazowski, didn't they, last year?
Did it with him.
And to be honest, I was a bit disappointed by that because he didn't look like he was bothered, to be honest, when he was playing.
Well, he did. He played that Chinese guy, didn't he, from England? I don't know what his name was, but he was telling him the way that they were casually talking. It looked like he didn't even know the rules by the looks of it because the other guy was telling him at the table. But then he was just I think he just got overwhelmed that he was playing Jack Lazowski, a snooker player, rather than playing 9-ball because he missed some horrendous balls, didn't he? Yeah. If you watch his match on YouTube, I seen it the other day. It came up, and I just thought that was that isn't the true 9-ball standard. You know,
well, I think that's one of the other reasons why they've gone qualifiers for these things, because they're trying to separate the wheat from the chaff a little bit more. Because I think, no disrespect to any players, but I think that some of previous tournaments, there has been occasions where there've been people that are playing it that they've just bought their way in. Really, you know, they're not.
But this is the thing.
Players, it didn't look great for the streams if they were playing on a stream table. So.
Yeah, well, some of the 8-ball players, they're like, oh, you know, 9-ball's easy, and they don't talk with experience. They have no respect for the game because they look at the 8-ball pockets and they think 9-ball is so easy because of the big size pockets. They don't realize they get tapered down. They think they can miss a ball and they still pot it. And that's the bottom line to it, isn't it? They think 9-ball's just a very weak game. It's not until they play some of the top players they realize that it's not as easy as what it sounds. You know, and anyone with a snooker cue can just turn up and pay their entry and go into a tournament. That's where it separates the better players for 9-ball to the English 8-ball players.
Yeah,
you know, and you know they well, it's just the way it is, isn't it? But you can't educate an 8-ball player to say 9-ball's, you know, not as easy as it looks. They just think it's easy because balls fly in the pockets. You know, because of the neck. You know, but it's only when you played it for years like ourselves, Matt, you know the difference, you know?
Oh, yeah. I mean, look, you got a ball straight in, like, blue spot into the corner. You can't bed it in off the side of the pocket, usually, because, you know, it's pointed. It'll jaw and come out. And if you got a ball in the middle pocket, it's not rounded. It's points again, you know. It's a different game, isn't it? But it's also the way the ball moves around the table off the cushions is completely different to the snooker and English ball, and that catches people out as well. So, and the balls are heavier, bigger, and again, there's a lot of differences that people don't realise. But
I think
anyway,
they don't understand because they don't play it, so they think obviously because of potting in smaller pockets, they're a far better QS than a 9-ball player, but it's completely different games altogether, isn't it? So
yeah.
it's but it's hard work swapping from the both. I ain't gonna lie to you. I mean, I'm playing
Well, I do
tomorrow.
snooker, English pool, and American pool.
You do? Oh, brilliant. I mean, obviously snooker is like, I was going to say when I had a quick go at that in the Workingmen's Club in Groby, they got a really good setup there. They've got some Stratham cloth tables as well, 2 8-ball tables. I used to play for a pub team called the Keepers, but we moved to Groby with a few of the lads, and they got like this £1 meter thing that you put pound in, and then you get lights, for the snooker table.
Yeah.
And when I played that, definitely you feel the difference between the two different disciplines.
Yeah.
Oh, it's definitely But do you use the same cue when you play all 3 disciplines?
No, I've got 3 different cues for each one. Well, one
And you
different
find
cue
that
for each one.
you find that okay? Not
Yeah, I
struggle
get
with the
on with
size
it.
of the tips.
No, I'm all right. I'm just used to it, to be honest. My snooker game's not as it used to be, though. I will admit that. But we managed to win the league this year, the West Midlands League, Division
Yeah.
One, which is on paper. I mean, we've got some good players in our. I mean, we got Jensen Kendrick was playing in our team. He played a few games for us this season. I mean, on paper, the West Midlands League for snooker is a really good, long-standing, well-established league, and they have got professional players. And Mark Allen used to play in it. Rhiannon Evans plays in it, or she used to. There's a lot of top players in that.
Good players, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, one frame snooker is, it's anybody's game sometimes as well. But to be honest, I've had the best season I've ever had in it. I think I've probably won about 70%, almost 65, 70% of the games.
So you're playing a lot of English pool as well, then, basically.
I haven't played much English recently, but I'm always open to a good English pool tournament if one comes up.
So where do you
Takes me a
normally
few
practice
frames.
for 9-ball then? Where do you normally play?
I've got my own table.
Oh, okay. So you're at home.
Yeah, if you're on the videos that I've got, that is it's not at my home, but it's not far from it. And it's dynamic too. It used to be my table. Sold it years ago, and then I bought it back off the guy
Oh,
who I
okay.
sold it to. You probably know, Lee Brooks.
Lee Brooks, yeah, he's from
Yeah.
Leicester, isn't he? Yeah.
Yeah. I sold him my table years ago when I used to have one at my own house.
Yeah.
And then we bought it back off him last year to put in a room that me and my mates rent. And
oh, okay.
yeah,
So like,
yeah.
Well, Barry, Paul, and Nigel bought a table as well. They bought a dynamic billiards table, and they had it in a music studio, but they sold it over COVID. Obviously,
Yeah.
we used to practice in there on his table.
Mine's a dynamic too. Mine is.
Yeah,
great table. It's a little bit slow, but I mean, it's still a very good table. And the pockets are tight. I think they're about 4 1/4 inch. The pockets on mine.
Yeah, so it's nice then.
Yeah,
at least been playing at the Rack and Roll. He was in the tournament, the handicap tournament I played in. Said hello to him, but
he's got a diamond table himself, at his house.
Yeah. It's, So there's a few players in Leicester that got their own tables. To be honest,
yeah.
I think that's probably the best way going forward. Really,
Right.
If I could get like one of these big like garden kind of as you call them, the plastic sheds that you buy nowadays, and get a table put in, but get the floor done up properly. Little bar.
It's the heating in them places. That's why I had mine in a log cabin at my old house, and it's the temperature's difficult to maintain.
Yeah, this is the big thing, isn't it? You can't play in a cold environment, but you need and then you can't spend a fortune on heaters, can you? So this is the big.
Not now with the bloody cost of it. It's Darren Appleton's diamond table at St Navid from Solihull. He said that it's Darren Appleton's table that Lee Brooks has got.
Is he on the? Is he chatting to you?
Is he? Put a message on the put a message on the chat Group. There on the Facebook.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so he's been playing quite a bit, to be honest. He's been playing for a long time though, hasn't he? So
yeah. Right. Well, I'm going to do a run of myself, mate. To be honest.
No worries, mate. It's good to catch up with you both.
It's been like a couple of hours tonight. I mean, we just thought we'd do something a bit different. To be honest, have a chat, and if anyone wanted to join in, they can do. And as it happens,
look with me, mate. To be honest,
I ain't seen you for bloody ages. I still ain't seen you because the webcam's off. But
Yeah, no, I'll get that sorted. I don't know why that's not working at the moment, but is this the stream that you normally use?
Yeah,
Let me. I'll
yeah.
play around with the settings as soon as you go, mate, and I'll get it sorted.
No,
for
no,
next
that's
week.
all right, mate. Yeah, I mean, we usually use this one, and
Yeah.
like I say, but we'll get some others going soon. But obviously, we've got tournaments and things coming up, so we'll fit them in
Yeah.
around that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, no
But
worries,
yeah,
mate. It's good to
yeah,
catch up with you, anyhow.
and you, mate. Well,
and
I'll look out for you playing again
yeah,
soon whenever I see you. So
yeah,
maybe at Telford, mate, if you turn up and have a watch or
well,
something.
I
Perhaps.
doubt I'll be at Telford, mate, to be honest.
All
But
right.
you'll probably see him in the future when I get a bit more time. You know,
Yeah,
hopefully, Mum's getting a bit better as well, so
brilliant.
easier to kind of disappear for a bit, on the weekends and that.
Yeah, yeah,
But yeah, otherwise, yeah, I'll let you go, mate. You have a good night.
yeah.
And
No, that's brilliant.
all
And
right,
you,
mate.
mate.
Take care. All the
Okay.
best. Bye
And
bye.
everyone else, guys, thanks. And like I say, Diamond. Oh, Carlo, Blasties, you're too late, Carlo. We're finishing now, mate.
See you
We've
later.
had 2 hours,
All right.
but I'll speak to you. I'll speak to you at the UK Open because you obviously qualified as well, didn't you? But yeah, guys, thanks for all chipping in there. Andrew, Diamond Valley Projects. I will get you on one of these as we get going. I'll send you an email. And yeah, we'll get you on and we'll have a chat and see what you've been up to. But for everyone else, thanks for watching, and we'll see you when we see you.